Alright, niggas. I'm back to put the finishing touches on this purple Christmas. This very big purple Christmas extravaganza. You dig? You gotta start parting it late, or well, it's seemingly being late. It's really not late. But it is. Do your thing. As long as y'all enjoying y'all holidays and, in the spirit, what I do is just, I'm doing it. I'm going to getting it to you before the Christmas season is completely over. We got it's the last day. So, and this is some shit you can show your kids when me personally, I would do something like, just give my kids the Santa Claus spiel and whoop all the way up to they about 8 or 9. And I say, Santa Claus is real, right? Or let me show you what all this shit means. Just like this is a gift from me to you. When they get to a certain age, let them experience their childhood, bro. You ain't gotta be 6 or 7 cutting the goddamn YouTube on. You see this? No. Let them be regular kids up until they about like 9 or 10. And then that'll be your way of making a very, very special Christmas. Because then you do that, they'll be able to go and say, Christmas 2020, whatever, my mama showed me the real meaning of all this shit and whoop and that there. So see, that's how I love it when it come together like this. Now, first and foremost, let me start off by saying I want to give a big old happy birthday shout out to Donna Summer. Spirit Realm shout out. Today is her birthday. This is interesting because Donna, her name starts with a D. 3 plus 1 is 4. That's the D. Donna. And I'll give y'all a little story with her. So I'm sitting there one day like probably about last March or something like that, April. I feel like I was finna get sick. I felt a little feeling in the back of my throat when I had woke up that morning. So I had called on Dawn. I'm like, man, I can't get sick. Fuck this shit. I don't feel like going through all that shit. Woo. So basically I had some honey. She told me to go make a tea with the shit I had, which was honey. I had a tube of raw honey that I got from this alkaline water place. It's like straight from the farm. It was independent farmer, independent bee farmer, I guess, who the alkaline place was getting it straight from the dude who had the bee farm or whatever. I had that. It had been sitting around for a minute. I had some bee pollen as well. So she told me, take that tube of honey, mix it with that, put that tube of honey in a tea, like some mint tea in there. So that tube of honey, the mint tea, mix some of that pollen in there. And then, cause you could do this. This is good tea. Help pineal activation. Make your tea with whatever tea you choose. Put your little honey in there, cinnamon. Honey, cinnamon. You can throw the bee pollen in there too. The bee pollen is. I was doing this before I even had to. This some shit I was doing. Bobby put me on. I was doing this shit like since 2014. Somewhere up in there. But not for getting sick. But like I said, it was the pollen with it, but the honey was a part of the pollen. Something I added. When I just bumped into it like a year or two ago. But so many words, and you can put that in your shit too. I would advise it, but but the way Bobby gave me was cinnamon. But the way he said in the video was honey, cinnamon, honey, nutmeg. You gotta be easy with that nutmeg. Don't go too crazy with the nutmeg. Too much nutmeg ain't good for you. Or too much nutmeg in one sitting or whatever. But it does help with the pineal gland activation or whatever. So the nutmeg, tea, cinnamon, honey, and like I said, you can find pollen. I didn't even know they sold pollen in regular grocery stores. The first place I ever got it was, like I say, was at the alkaline joint. So, so that's a good and then you add your own little razzle dazzle to it or whatever you want to add to it. It's good to do that, but those ingredients right there are like, the main thing. So anyway, she told me to throw the tea together or whatever. Like, so now you might say, well, is he just hearing shit or is this real? I'm gonna show you it's real. I'm gonna show you how. So I had a conversation with her while I'm laying down in the bed or whatever. When I get up, I don't go straight to make the tea. I think I was cleaning up or something. So I'm walking around the house doing my thing, and I'm singing, "Get down, boogie, oogie, oogie," randomly. Just that's me. Music stay playing in my head. So now this song, I've been hearing it all my life, but I never knew the name of the group until I say about 4 or 5 years later, or until about 4 or 5 years ago. I had went and listened to it or whatever. Probably one of them days I was singing it. Let me go listen to the shit. Just like I did this time. But so I got the name then, but then by the time, that was like 4 or 5 years ago, but this was last year. So by the time this is happening, I don't remember the name of the group. I'm pretty much back to, it was kind of like pretty much back to where I was with it 4 or 5 years ago. Because when I was listening, about 4 or 5 years ago when I listened to it, I really didn't know the name, so I went and, like I say, checked it out or whatever. So by this time, I forgot the name of the group, so I'm singing the song, woo, woo, woo. So I said, man, let me go listen to that motherfucker. I go sit down, I go put the song on YouTube, whatever, and the name of the group is Taste of Honey. You see how all that fell in line? They both from that disco. With Taste of Honey could be considered disco. I don't know if that's would be in that genre, but close enough. So I thought that was interesting tale to give y'all or whatever. That healing energy. I didn't get sick, so so happy birthday to Miss Donna. Sammy Davis Jr. and Gregory Hines came through. I was writing some lyrics one night, and I made a reference to Gregory Hines and tap dancing or whatever, right? So and it's almost like calling on them, but not trying to. I'm writing a rhyme, but I'm using his name in a rhyme, and I'm flipping it in all these different ways or whatever. So that's activating the energy, for lack of a better way of putting it. Not necessarily trying to call on them, hey Gregory, it wasn't even like that. Without, we call them too, but I wasn't purposely calling on them. But this is just how it happens. So I'm doing my thing. About a day or two after that, I'm up in this motherfucker, man. I fell asleep. When I woke up, there was a movie called Mr. Bojangles on. Now, Mr. Bojangles is connected to me through. Well, I might have to go watch that movie again. I'm trying to figure out if he's a real dude or. But anyway, when you go look at Sambo, the Black God of Asia, you'll hear him say that Sambo, Mr. Bojangles. So, like I say, how did it happen? No, I'm lying. I think I seen the movie, and clicked on it or whatever. But I think I fell asleep in the middle of it. And then when I woke up, Sammy Davis Jr. was on the screen with Gregory Hines. So I was trying to figure out, so I was like, damn, is this the same movie? But it was a different movie, a whole other movie, but another movie about tap dancing, if my memory serves me correct. So, all that leads to this other some shit that happened a couple months ago, which was about 6 months after that, which about 6 months after I'd seen the Bojangles movie. This beat I made. I don't want to go too. Niggas be sneak thieving, so I don't want to go too deep into even. And then I doubt you even can even do what I'm bite or try to steal what I'm just by me telling you this shit. Cause man, it was like the way I got this shit. The way I got this shit. Now mind you, them boys are tap dancers, right? But the if you say tap backward, that's pat. Now when I make this beat, we'll just say, man, this shit is genius. You'd have to, the way it's like the shit come on off, and you hear like a little clicking, and then when I go into the beat, this is just off the beat. This is just starting out. You hear, you be like, this is some weird shit. Where we going with this? And then when that beat so, man, I just thought about when that beat come in. Oh my God, boy, I can't wait till I get when I spit over this shit. Boy, niggas gonna be like, man, we get this shit. I'm telling you, this shit is fire. I ain't just saying that because it's me. And you see, I'm just all that. You see how I'm just instantaneously getting fired up. As I'm thinking about the beat, this bitch so fire, man. I'm like, I'm gonna crush these boys with this shit, man. Straight up. That's how I thought it is. You see the excitement in my voice, so you should know I ain't bullshitting. And I said, but this shit is like badminton. That's what the beat remind me of. I'll just give you niggas that for right now. But the shit is just is tap oriented. We'll just say that. I don't want to go too much, but if you, I'm guaranteed you gonna get whoever you feel like the dopest producers. And I cut that shit on, let them niggas hear that shit. They'll probably like, how fuck, what man you come? Cause it's some left field shit. Some real left field shit that you put like this. The way I started the beat off, the average nigga would have been like, wouldn't even fuck with it because they'd be like, it's off. But nah, I kept that shit, I let it go. You know, I let the beat start like that. And then I let the sound that's off play when the beat finally come in, but I got that same sound that come in with the beat, and it's like the fucking, man, I ain't gonna even go in, I don't even want to give them niggas no, I'm gonna just stop right there. I ain't gonna give them too much, cause I don't, you know, and even if a nigga did, wouldn't try to do some shit based on what I'm saying right now, ain't gonna, this shit here is throw, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I gotta finish that shit. That'd probably be one of the first ones I spit to. That, you know, them beats. That's one of the beats where it ain't gonna. It's nothing. Soon as right now I ain't in the right. I'm writing. I'm getting my writing shit back on. But I don't go too crazy with the writing. I'm at a point now where I really wanna. I'll write some shit here and there to a beat, but I really wanna fully write it all the way when I can record. I ain't writing to record yet, so record with it. But I wanna wait till I can. I want it like I don't want to write it and then go back and spit. I can do that. It'll still be throw. But I want to be fresh in the moment with some of this shit. A lot of this shit. So that same. I want that same energy I want to put the same energy on the track that I'm in when I actually write the rhyme. You know, which I can get back into it, but it'd be easier for me to do it right there and there. Now. Thing about it is, you take tap, you spell that back as Pat. When I was making the beat, Pat, I had a picture of Pat under. Now I ain't doing this shit on purpose either. I had a picture of Pat under this right here. I was making a beat right here. I got it's like another little stand under here. Um, I can picture Pat. It's down there right now. But and it's crazy, man. 'Cause it was funny because when I was listening to the beat, I'm listening to the beat. I'm listening to the beat, and I looked over at the cause I wasn't right here when I was this time when I listened to it, but I was sitting down when I peeped, which I already knew, but I when I put two and two together at this point. I'm listening to the beat, and I see Pat picture under the laptop. And I'm like, damn. So it's damn near like it's showing me how this nigga was coming up through. It's like he had something to do with that beat, but you can what I can't. It's hard to explain, but it's almost like it's damn near like the way I was looking, the way it was. It just looked like he was shooting his energy up through to the laptop when I was making this shit. Just put it like that. But that beat a bad motherfucker, boy. That beat is a beast. I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, man. Shout out to Pat, man. Give me 1 second. It's getting a little heated in this. Yeah, so yeah, man. Get my hat back on, get back in the spirit of things. So yeah, man. Yeah, this music shit, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. And this shit here works. It works, goddamn it. It works. It works. And I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna fucking show you. Now, before we get into that though, let me get back to here. So now, I told you the Mr. Bojangles thing. We go back to Bernie Mac. Now, when we dealing with Christmas, we dealing with take y'all back to the root chakra, get a little recap of what I was speaking on when I was dealing with the whole thing about the whole puberty and all that. I'm gonna drum it. So as you paid attention to my video or the last the joint I did about the Max with the about sex after puberty and all that. I was telling you, I brought up the R. Kelly and the Aaliyah thing, right? And I'm gonna show you something I saw last year. I was watching first and foremost, this shit was that all makes sense now. Okay, so all right. Okay, so you go to the movie Life. Bernie Mac played who? Jay Lane. All right, so the pause right there. Go back to this. Now, I had to get this sold back up because it was kind of open and shit. At first, and these ain't real diamonds, so I don't get the thing. I'm running from these thinking you can, at least I don't think. My old man, my kinfolk passed my brother. Shout out to my nigga Mike, man. My brother gave. I don't know how to tell, but I don't count the nigga pockets. But I don't think that nigga had fucking money to buy no shit like this. So I know these joints ain't real, but so almost y'all niggas think I'm out here faking the pump. Well, he's trying to. Nah, it's just my old man. My brother gave it to my old man. And then my old man, he ain't big on this type of shit. He bought it a little bit, and had put it on the stand or whatever. Then I shorty would win. I said, man, let me eat that. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead. So I've been wearing it. I wasn't gonna get my own at first, and I said, nah, I gotta do this meal. But okay, so now you know Bernie Mac was big on cigars or whatever. Now I'm gonna just go as far as to say, now I was gonna get another one. I said, nah, cause I got this here. The first time I started speaking, or I would just say it was my practice round. I was in my nigga Big Boy house. Now, that's one. Now, when I got this, Big was in the mix because I had got a cigar that Christmas. Probably should have got one this year, but it's all good. But I had got a cigar that Christmas. And I just go as far as to say the name of the cigar was relevant to Biggie. We just put it out there. That's why I got it. So Biggie was in the spirit. But the first time I spoke, now mind you, I ain't had no YouTube or none of that shit. I mean, we was trying to record. I ain't even had no laptop, none of that shit. We was trying to record on the phone. And I think I recorded on the phone. We didn't have enough space or some shit. It didn't work that time. But I put in a little work. I guess that was like my little practice round or whatever in my partner house and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I remember. I was like, cause I remember Mike coming in the building because I was breaking some shit down that was on the walls of Kemet. And I was like, see me on our mic shit off the wall like Mike. Woo, woo, woo. So, you know, but that was the year I got this right here. So when I looked, I was gonna give me another hat. I knew it was Spear because I think I got this hat from Walmart. I went to two different stores. I couldn't find no damn no Santa hats, which is odd in the middle of Christmas or the Christmas season. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take this motherfucker to the cleaners and get it sold up, which would be a better deal because now next thing I do, I'm gonna probably get my name right here somewhere. But which is a better deal because this right here is big related or whatever. So I'm glad I did that. I could have just went and got a new hat. I was like, now let me go get it sold up and cleaned up. So I got it cleaned and sold up. And yeah. Yes indeed. So that's all relevant. But I want to take y'all back to something. Now he was Jangalang in the movie where the pause because you know Jangalang was on some bullshit, you know. And we're gonna get to that too because this shit is coming together. Now first and foremost, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You do your own research. You can. I ain't gonna just. I'm gonna just say like I'm gonna just put it like this. If you ask me, I don't think that because they try to blame it on the cigars, right? Said that Bernie Mac died because of cigars. Nah, what he was going through, bro, you see his face start swelling up and all that shit, bro. Whatever they was giving him in that hospital, whatever, that's what killed him. But they'll tell you it comes from smoking cigars and shit. Now, I will go as far as to say that much. At least that's how I look at it. I don't, you know, you can say it's my opinion or whatever, however, but that's because I ain't gonna lie. Now, I know Bernie smoked. This shit's all coming together so thorough. Man, I had a partner named Junior. Junior, old man, used to smoke cigars. Now, this is Bernie Mac we're talking about. So, you know, he ain't smoking no cheap ass cigars. But my boy Junior, his old man used to smoke Swisher Sweets. I won't even smoke them whole with weed in them no more. We grew up smoking that shit. Once I started fucking the woods, I said, man, I always thought them hoes was more harsh than, I don't know, just for some reason. But then I wish I would have known this shit, but I first started smoking. I never started smoking Swisher Sweets. That shit is all that shit in your throat, and then when you smoking it, you know, the brown shit on my hand comes from. I be smoking roll up cigarettes. Like I don't smoke with the filter and all that shit. I ain't with that shit. And you know, I roll me up a little slim joint of tobacco and smoke like that. But that shit get on your hands too. But that sweet, that shit from that Swisher Sweet, man. That should be all that. And niggas think I be bullshit. All that shit that smoke a Swisher. We used to unfold them hoes, and just to listen to that, we unfold them, and it's a, I don't know, we don't know what the fuck that is. You know, niggas, we just get but it used to be like, if you can unfold before you roll that bitch up, you can, the back of it where you inhale from, it's a little square piece of paper in that shit. You can take it out of the thing or whatever, and kind of, that shit don't do shit. But then we just try to do that. I don't know what the fuck, just to reduce the resin or whatever. But all that shit be in your throat, and I smoke them woods. It don't be no nothing. That bitch be just straight up in here. That shit. I just smoke joint papers that's more harsh than them motherfuckers. So that's, yeah, I'm down with that. That's me, right? I'm fucking with them hoes. Yeah, them balled out. But anyway, my partner Junior, old man, used to smoke. I used to smoke them hoes like we was going out of style. And he was way older than Bernie Mac. So I'm looking at this shit like, this nigga wasn't swelling up and all this shit from no cigars or whatever. So whatever that fuck that shit was, and that's one sign. One of the ways one thing I know about other people who now I won't say no name, but they done fucked off. So you know what I'm saying? They get them in the hospital, or they get them somewhere and shoot them for their thorns, you know, shoot them for the shit they be shooting them up with, be making them swell up. That's why he started swelling up in the end, because he was, going towards the end, because whatever they was giving them in that hospital. And that's why I be telling you niggas, you gotta be careful when you fuck with them. I can't tell you what to do, or I have to tell you to be careful when you fucking with the hospitals and shit or whatever. That's all I can say, man. You gotta be careful, man. That's all I say on that right there, 'cause that's a whole nother topic. But to take it back to the whole R. Kelly thing, I'm gonna show you what a real nigga did. Or at least it's mine. Well, first and foremost, the Jangling thing, right? I had the same way I had that. I was watching some movie. Now I wasn't sleeping nothing, but I was watching some movie with Bernie Mac in it. I can't remember the name of it, but in the movie, and I can't remember what he was saying it to, or what he was speaking to in the movie. But in the movie, that nigga said, "I ain't no sissy boy," or he said some shit like that. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what made him say that in the movie, because it was something happened in the movie. But it came to the way it was damn near feel like he was saying shit to me to say to y'all. Probably based on the Jangling, I don't know, but it's like he came through and guided me to that movie. Even though the movie is the movie, and he speaks to the movie, but he was trying to, it's like the spirit realm was guiding me to that movie. So he can, because the way he said it resonated different. So, but I think it was something in the movie that happened too, to where he had to say, "I ain't no sissy boy," some shit like that or whatever. So that was that on that. And, and another thing with, I think he wanted me to see that, show that, because of the climate that was going on. You know, everything with this who sold, all this whole shit, and who was giving their goods up to get this and that, and men. Because you know that, just like you got men in high places make women have sex with them to work their way up. Sad to say, in the entertainment industry, same thing with niggas. People be having that bread. Oh, you want to come up here? You want to do this? You want to be like that one? Come here. You know, so I think when he was saying, he was trying to say he never got into that shit. And yeah, if I was a gambling man, if that's about, I was like, yeah, I don't see Bernie Mac a stiff dude. I don't see him just straight up getting down with some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, now you gay, that's your thing. Yeah, that's just, I guess, that'll be easy for you because you ain't really compromising yourself. But somebody who's not gay giving up their booty to get to some type of, or even a woman just having sex with somebody she really wouldn't normally have sex with or whatever. It's kind of compromise. It was compromising yourself or whatever. But I watched that movie and then it was another. I was binge watching on the Bernie Mac show, and it was one episode on the. I think the dude name was Kelly. Now Kelly was going through some shit. I think he had got kicked out of his house by his wife or something. He was going through some shit, and Bernie Mac was looking out for him, right? Holding him down or whatever. And the more and more I was watching that shit, the more and more I was like, hold up. That's R. Kelly. The dude Kelly. He was a bald head dude. If you're a Bernie Mac fan, you probably know the episode. If you're a Bernie Mac, you watch the show or whatever. But it was that show with Kelly. So I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, this nigga showing R. Kelly love. It's like he couldn't come out and say, he couldn't come out and just, and he probably did somewhere down the line, because that's Bernie. But it was like he was using that episode because the dude was going through whatever he was going through, and he was in this down spot. If you see it, you will see what I'm saying. But it's almost like you could, it would almost be what you would expect R. Kelly to be going through when everybody was kicking him in his head and shit. So it's like, almost like that episode was for R. Kelly to say, hey man, I know what you're going through. I got you. Or I'm empathizing with you. Watch the episode though. It's about you go binge watch it, you will see it. But I think that was his shout out to R. Kelly, or his way of saying, hey man, we motherfuckers saying this, that, and the third, but I ain't gonna turn my back on you or whatever. I think that's what that was. But go watch it yourself and see, and you'll probably catch on to what I'm saying. And if you do, if you indulge in something before you watch it too, so you can get a little bit more in the spirit with it, and you can see it. But you don't need all that. You just watch it and see the shit, man. But shout out to my nigga Bernie Mac, man. That's that Mac. That's what I'm saying. Go back to that Mac, Ireland, Twyla Dunning, the Don, Dan, Tribe of Dan, all that shit's the same thing. If I'm not mistaken, the Tribe of Dan, they symbol is the snake. Snake, Ireland, snake people getting ran out of Ireland. So, yeah, let me say. But yeah. So shout out to the Mac man, the Twyla down in the Dan, Tribe of Dan and all that. Shout out to Mama Love and Pop Dukes for all them beautiful Christmases I had coming up. I'm like, see, there you go. Yeah, there she go. Yeah, man. Yeah. Pop Dukes. I ain't gonna, he might not want his face on the goddamn internets. So shout out to the old man though. Cause without them, I wouldn't know what a good Christmas felt like as a kid or whatever. So, we're gonna cover all bases. Yeah. So we spoke on got Donna. Uh, mm, all right. So now let me get into yeah, it's going out. Y'all gonna be hearing this fireworks going 2026 on its way in. You know, start this one off on a good note. Uh, Hope you do the same. So yeah, let me get my shit together. Where we at now? Where we want to go with this? Right. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm a bad motherfucker too, real quick. Since we on our Christmas shit, many of us from the '90s, our many of our Christmas gifts. Well, I think mine. Well, I got when Street Fighter finally came out on Super Nintendo. I got my shit that I think it came out a little bit before Christmas, so I got my shit. I got mine when it came out, like around that time, or whatever. Which is a timeless motherfucking game, bro. That Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, the motherfuckers is timeless. Like, and really, I'll be honest with you, Mortal Kombat, as far as looking real. See, that's why that's them two games are equal to me. And even to me, it's weird. You would think Mortal Kombat would be the better game because, you doing the blood, the gore, the guts, and all that, and it looked realer or whatever. I remember the first time I seen that shit. Nigga, we used to have a spot here called Super Track Arcade. That's why I miss that type of shit too, man. I guess some shit has to change because once them goddamn entertainments, once Super Nintendo, and especially PlayStation, but Super Nintendo was like the start of the end of the arcade. And you still got little arcade spots here and there with the arcade games in there. But arcades used to be big than a motherfucker in my day. Like we built the corner store, Stop and Go or whatever. I don't know if they still got Stop and Go's, but that's when they used to have the video games in the corner store. They didn't replace that shit now with the gambling machine. All the old folks in that bitch going crazy. But man, niggas used to be in line waiting to play Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. That was our shit back in the game. You get a glimpse of that Juice. See them niggas in a little arcade spot or whatever. Just to give you a little shot the pot too, but just to give you a little but this place was bigger than that place. The little spot that was in Juice is just like a little shack compared. This shit here was like big. You had your go-kart racing, bumper boats, go-karts, and of course you had a big ass hall full of big old little spots full of different arcade games and shit. That would just be the spot me and my old man used to go to on Saturdays and shit. If it was the movie or that, or when we was up in Super Track, and man, first and foremost, the way it looked, you're like, man, this bitch here alive. So I'm looking at it, and then you see niggas get hit and blood coming out. That's the first time niggas ever seen some shit like that. Like, ah, man, that shit here alive. And then, you sitting there watching this shit for the first time, nigga fight, look, next thing you know, you just finish him. The first fatality I ever seen was Sub-Zero pull a nigga head off. So I'm sitting there like, wow, this shit is crazy. That shit that went up. To this day, you see Mortal Kombat. But now you might look at that and say, and it has some better features than Street Fighter, but I can't put my finger on it. That goddamn Street Fighter, you can play that shit like, that shit is timeless. So I don't know how the best way to put it, but that's a timeless ass video game, man. So that's why each time they make a new one, it's, even the old ones though, you know, that Street Fighter bad motherfucker, but I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna show you some how all this shit be. Where they take Vega. Vega got the mask on right, the Jason mask, and he got the claw right. When he jump off, when he jump off the gate, okay, he a man, but when he jump off the gate, he sound like a woman. That's the androgyny, right? Vega, this is a store called Vega. Where my joints at? So, first and foremost, the Jason mask is that's Christ in first and foremost Jason. Jason is July, August, September, October, November. That's another Christ figure would be Jason in the Argonauts, Jason in the 50 Argonauts. But the Jason mask, the hockey mask, ice, the winter. Vega represents the falling star, which on a metaphysical level, on a cult level, the fallen star will be your soul falling into a physical state or whatever. I'm gonna join set. So you're on the gate like a spider, crawl like a spider. Crawl like a spider. The gate represents the earth. We're going to get into that again when I go back into the whole T thing. But the net, the fence, this right, well, I might have to cut the light on for this, but you see it, yeah. Yeah, that's what I use. I use this to sage stuff out. I put it right here and let the sage run through it and break up that negative energy or that stagnant energy and whatever I'm using. And, do my thing with that. Man, what my joints at, man? I gotta give me a filing cabinet or some shit or something. But I be so much shit, man. I gotta do something because I got so much shit. I gotta start filing this shit so I can know how to just get to it. It's just too much. See what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep up with so much shit, notes and these damn drawings of the earth, and it's just as well as that's why I was telling y'all when I did the screw video, that's one of the spiritual things he came through, not just for me to speak on him, but another part of that was him telling me to slow down. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Because I've been doing a lot. It may not seem like it, but my mind be moving like 1,000,000 miles per hour. I'm always processing this type of information. This shit is always on my mind. That's why I come up with so much mind blowing shit, because I'm always in the midst of thinking about this shit, man. So that's gonna be my thing this year. I'm not never giving up on those shit, but I gotta slow my mind down, and so my shit got to moving real quick. But I can see, and I'll go back to what I've seen over this weekend with Mo and the whole T energy. That's what it pretty much did. Cause now I feel more relaxed. I don't feel all like before last week. I was kind of like a little, I don't want to say on edge, but it's just like my mind was a little bit racy or whatever. I feel a little calmer now. I'll be getting into my little meditations here in a minute. Probably start that next week. Get in the habit of meditating or whatever. But when he jumps off the gate, That's the androgyny when you hear the voice of the feminine voice. Then you got the Jason mask on. That's the Christ energy. Vega. I probably can find it. But if you read ancient Egypt, Light of the World, you'll read about the star Vega. Just had this shit. Okay. See what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk to y'all in, find this shit, and just okay. Here we go. All right. And this ain't even all of it. Shit. Hold up. Alright. Come on, man. I just had all this shit all together. That's what I be saying. Man, bro. That's the one of my things I've got to work on too, bro. Is keeping this shit in order, man. I guess I'm like Bobby, because he was the same. He used to say the same shit about being unorganized and shit. Fuck this shit at, man. I'm pissing myself off with it. That's what I know I gotta get, because I'm like, man, I just had this shit, bro. This one, that one, man, that's what the fuck is this other one? I got a point, man. Shit. I have to get into it. All this shit, man. All this paper, man. All this shit, bro. I'll begin. Man, where is this at, man? Just had this shit earlier. Alright, let me see. Come on, god damn. Hold up, man. Let me pause. I don't want to keep y'all waiting too fucking long, man. Gigolo, sucker. No internet. Sweetness. I found it. So that be the thing about. See, I'm saying this shit about being more organized. Even when you do that shit, get the hiding shit from you. So if I would have left this shit just chaotic, I probably would have found this shit 10 minutes earlier or something. Alright. So anyway, we're talking about Vega jumping off the gate. Oh yeah, jumping off the gate or the mesh net, which goes back to the whole T thing, to a certain degree, because one of the things, and let me get you right too, Hoti is Hotei. So when you put, I ain't give you the spelling on the last one, but I give it to you. So when you put it in your search engine or whatever, you could check it out. And try to look up some ancient some books on. So I got a list. I get y'all. I got a book over here with a bunch of different ancient books on Asian mythology. I had to get it and give y'all some books out of that shit right there. But the Vega. But one of the things about the Hoti is that he carries a mesh. He's basically like Santa Claus, associated with the kids. Keeps a sack with gifts in it or treasures in it that he gives to those who don't worry about troubles or whatever. We a bald head, jovial, humorous figure, and basically it represents lightness of the heart in so many words. So that's basically what it's trying to tell you about Now, mind you, we go through shit. It's not like something happened and you worry about it or get concerned and all of a sudden like, oh, fuck, because I'm worried about it. Like, no, it's the concept is uh, to put forth your best effort towards not being bothered by certain things. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that's the easiest shit in the world. I'll just tell you that's the task at hand and you have to go about it however you do that. Just like me. But it's all about, because hard times, well, that's what I was telling y'all about. I always tell y'all, hard times is what hardens the heart. We all go through them, but we have to kind of learn how to not let that put that burden too much on your heart. Because if you do it, it hardens the heart, turns you into a fucked up individual, or you know, or whatever. Just to put it in layman's terms. Oh shit, but yeah. Then like I said, he's one of the. He's one of the. See, in Asia they got Fulu and Shu. Those are good luck gods. Each one of them stand for something. And now look at this. Fulu Shu, right? Fulu Shu. If you put it together, you have Fulu Shu. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the black Jews are what the Jews, which is the original Jews, but the ones from Ethiopia, if I'm not mistaken, they're called Falashas. Falushu, Falashas. That's just something to keep in mind. But your boy Hoti, he's part of a 7 deity system. The Shichifujin, the Shikifukujin. And you'll see that when you type that in. 7 deities of good luck, 7 chakras. Just so you won't be think, so you can bring this shit back to the body. 7 chakras, which we're gonna get into the Big Mo thing. I'm gonna get into that after. We're gonna get into that, but anyway. So anyway, I brought that up because the meshnet, the net, the internet. When you look at the symbol of the World Wide Web, the coordinate points of the, because that's the coordinates or the coordinate points of Earth. Everything, you got the straight lines, and then you got the, which makes the Earth. If you use the look at the Earth with the coordinate signs, it'd look like a net, just like the sign, the symbol of the internet. So, Alright. Oh yeah. And I ain't nothing but this nigga here too. Cause it's always, I was looking for this. Hold up, give me 1 second. Oh shit. But ain't nobody but this nigga here. Every time I'm looking for some shit, I lose. And that shit that was, I just had that shit earlier, which was really was running me hot. Which I was looking for. I was looking for this. It's gonna be this right here. This shit always happens, but I'm looking for one. I was looking for her picture earlier because let me share this with y'all too. I made this box right here. Where for her. For her and mine. Sister Kaya. Now, I was setting up, guess you can call it altar. It really just, when I really get down with altar, I put the, the covering over it, all that stuff. But I just really just setting up my countertop over there for a picture that I wanted to put on the gram. But I gonna have to, you'll see it. But this box right here, I had a picture of my mama on it. But I was looking for her because the box is, I made it for her. But I was gonna have to hum T Jones on it or whatever. So so I was looking for the picture of her earlier. I was wondering where it was at. I didn't really have time to look for it. And then when I'm looking for this, just like the last, this right here, just like last year, if you remember the story, I was looking for something else, and I had found because I was looking for something else, and I had found a picture. I was looking for something like that, but it was some shit like this right here. So, shout out to sis, man. But I was seeing it though, because it's okay. When all that water that evaporated from the melanin goes up, rises up with the light rising up, and all the light comes up here, and this freezes, this right here would be a sheet of ice. That's where the whole hockey mask thing comes from. Hockey pucks. For the Jason mask that Vegas win, Christ in Christ reference to the Christ energy. And this is purple grape juice right here. Shout out to Mo and Prince. But the claw, these are the claws right here. See how they come down like that? Vega with a claw or whatever. Or you can look at these as the claw, really. This would probably be a better, because, Vega is going up. So this would be the claw with the, hands going up. That there. I thought that was interesting. Right there. Interesting enough to share with y'all. So yeah. Just want to throw that in there. But those two games I go on and on. Street Fighters has got some shit in it too, a lot of shit in it too. But I go on and on with the Mortal Kombat. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden. You should know that the lightning striking. Raiden is a real god. You can look him up. That's a real deity. Raiden. I don't want to make it too much about that. I don't want to be here too long. But yeah. But I just brought that up because that's Christmas shit. Because a lot of us, I got Street Fighter before it came out. Before Christmas, when it came out. I think that was 9.5. I think it was 9.5 when it finally came out. No. I think it was 9.4. I think Mortal Kombat came out on home entertainment system in 9.5. I'm not sure. I had to check. But somewhere along there. I'm gonna good old 90s. So okay, let me get back to my leader notes. So I can know which way to take this thing. Oh yeah, another thing, just to keep things accurate here, I had to add this part because this is that thing too. Well, you can't really see it, but I'll show you when I cut the lights on. I'm gonna do that in a minute. I like the way I look though with this little blurry face thing here. You just can't see me, fool. Uh, uh, so, where we at, girl? Okay. A few things let me hit this real quick. Well, let me find that, then we'll get back to that. A couple of things I missed, forgot to hit y'all with. Right now, we can't say this shit here. I just had this shit, okay, yeah. All right, man, goddamn, this shouldn't be, I just had all this shit right here. There shouldn't be no problem finding. Too much going on. I ain't got enough space in this bitch. Any of these papers. Where did this go? All right, now, come on, my goddamn it. Where the fuck is this at? I ain't this shit. This is looking for. All right, this is what I be talking about. This is the shit I be talking about. I don't even know. Time to fuck. Okay. All right. So now, man. All right. This shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We're doing it. So let me get that out the way. So, that. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So now I gotta share my Christmas present. Well, share with y'all what I got for Christmas. Moti. Or Hoti. Oh boy, Mo Yoda. Whoop. Now, remember what I told y'all about when you call on deities for like Hoti or and there's other deities you can call on too, you know, for abundance and good fortune or whatever. I was telling you, like, one of the ways they manifest was through. So I was just giving you an example of how it worked. So, and what I was trying to say was it's best to have some type of, grind that you're doing or some type of talent or whatever. So when you call on these things, you have a part to play yourself as opposed to just calling on something and, waiting for something to fall out the sky. Now, shit can pop up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, it's all about you and your path or whatever. You might call on this shit, walk outside, and find $100, $200 on the ground or some shit. Who knows? You never know how it works. But one of the good things to do is have some type of talent or some type of it's good to have like some type of talent to where it can manifest through that and you can flourish within that. See, that's just like I was saying with me. This is where my gift come in at. The first and foremost, I told y'all, I kept hitting that, whoa, yeah. That shit is real. That shit, I'll tell you that. Now, I was doing that shit all Friday. By the time Saturday came around, it was like I could feel like a clearness from my root chakra all the way up to my pineal gland. It's like I could just feel like it was cleared out. So when I started making my music, the way the gift came through is I found easier and an effective game changer in regards to making a beat. I see kind of where I've been. I don't want to say going wrong because I got some dope shit on there already. Don't get twisted, but now this may not sound like much to you but I'm trying to explain it the best way I can. But and I don't feel like doing it now. But one day maybe I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Cause I can do that, but I don't feel like doing it in this setting. I'll pull that shit up, and I don't feel like doing that. But so many words, I found out a better way of making my beats. When I say a better way, I ain't just saying when I was making my track and shit, and then when I snapped, I say, oh shit, I need to do it this way. Why? The way I was putting them together, I said, nah. And that shit was a major game changer. When I said game changer, it's like it was when the light finally clicked on, it all as soon as I clicked to this better way of doing the beats, it all hit me at once. I said, that's Mo, that's Ho T. It's coming through. Major game changer. Not only did it come through like that, but the beats that I made that night was, I guess I got 5 beats and shit that I've been doing since I started working on the tracks and shit. But this shit was a major game changer. So much so that when it finally hit me, I felt that joy fill me up. I said, yep, I was good already. I was doing, I said, nah, now I'm really on that level. Now I can really, that's like I sat down this morning and got on it this morning, was fucking around like, yeah, I'm there now. I put it like that, when I first started, I said, okay, this is going to be my training mode. It's going to be my practice. I will practice for like a year or so before I really be looking for just any beat. And really, it didn't take that long, but now I'm on that level. It's like I can, all that practice now, it's like, okay, I'm in another, it's like in so many words. It's like a video game. It's like I unlocked a whole new level or whatever. And now I'm on a whole other level with that shit. And I ain't even worked. Like I said, I did that day, but I ain't even, that Saturday and Sunday. And I ain't even got to get to it with fresh ears. Cause it hit me while I was in the middle of, producing or whatever. Well, I did it with fresh ears today. Yeah, I took a little break and I came back. But, and not only that, for further proof that that's what it was, me calling on Ho T and Mo and all that. Remember I told you about the beats? Remember I was telling you with 2 things with these tracks. Remember I told you about the beats on, well, even when you listen to Purple stuff, it has like a cartoony type beat. But when you listen to the production on City of Serve, now I haven't gotten the Purple World yet. I never got a chance to get around to that whole album. But I know with City of Serve, a lot of songs have like a, kind of like a, and you pretty much, I can say, you can, they hip hop beats, but they remind you of some shit you would hear on a cartoon movie or cartoon or something like that, right? So, okay. Mind you, not trying to, like I say, when I sit in front of them, I don't have no premeditated direction I'm going with the beat. Now eventually I get to this, I could do it now, but so many words, eventually I'm more so of a freestyle, just like it's kind of like how I started rapping. I started out freestyling. I had to actually sit down and start writing. I was so cold freestyling, but that was my beginning. Then I finally sat down and started writing. So I think it's the same thing with the beats. Because like now, I don't do none of my shit premeditated. Everything I made thus far is pretty much me. And even what I did try to, which I'll eventually get it. But the one beat that I've been having in my mind, because this is one of these beats I was trying to make a couple years ago. But I ain't got it right yet on there, so I ain't, but that's what I'm saying. The shit that I just unlocked, because I tried to make that beat, so let me not lie. Well, that beat, I didn't go nowhere with it, so it don't really count. But that was the one time I pretty much the one time I tried to create a beat that I already had in my head or whatever. But none of these beats are premeditated. So when I sit down and tell them what come out, that's why I was telling y'all about all these beats. Like when I make a beat and it's never so like I said, I got beats that Michael Jackson that Mike came through on, or beats that Prince came through on. It don't be me sitting down trying to make. I wouldn't know how to do that shit. Just okay, let me make a mic up. No, the shit I be doing and it come out the way it come out. But I'll just go in there and do what I do. That's what makes it. Not saying it wouldn't be magical if I just sat down and done this shit, but what makes all this, even with I was saying about Screw and all the beats, the aqua type beats, which is another jewel that came through. Cause like I said, I made all that shit just off the head. I wouldn't even know what instruments to go to make some type of water sounding beat until the same day this shit happened. Not only did that, okay, let me say that one of the beats I made, it's like the kind of like something you would hear on purpose, where the cartoony type beat, but I didn't try it on purpose. Just fucking with this one instrument, put it together, and I said, oh, here we go. You know what I'm saying? So that happened. And then I found some damn watery sounds and shit. So now if I want to go and actually intentionally make some type of underwater groovy beat, I know where to go to. That was the gift. You see how this shit work? I got about 3 or 4 of them jokes. More island type shit, watery vibe shit that I already did, just freestyling. Now when I want to just actually go for that kind of beat, I know at least one instrument I can go to. And then I can go back to the other beats I made and incorporate that shit into that. And that's how, like I say, I pretty much got a beat for every type of song that I would do. From the a beat to make a well-rounded album. So I got a song you talk about the struggle or the social issues or life and all that shit. I got that. I got the fun, wild shit. I got party joints. I got hardcore shit where you just get lyrical on and crush shit. And I got an R&B joint that's bad. I ain't finished that bitch yet, but it's tough. That's tough. Like that sound like some old man, but all these beats, I didn't go in with the intention of making those type of beats. But what I can do now is, see, at first I didn't know how I didn't know what would make. I didn't know how to just say, okay, I want this type of beat. Let me go make that. But it's like now, every type of beat that I need, I can go back and use the ones that I got now that I made without trying to make. I go back and look at them and use them as the precedent to actually make those type of beats intentionally or whatever. See how it works? So, but yeah, I got that that cartoon type track on there. I wasn't trying, but those be the little signs that show you that this shit is working, which strengthens your knowing. Not me personally, I know, so I'm not. If I was an animal, if I was new to this, then those would be the things that, and it still strengthens my knowing. But when you in your work, or if I was a newcomer to this or whatever, that would be the things that strengthen my knowing, which makes you imagine the more you believe in your shit or actually know really, the stronger your shit get. So, yeah, man, I was excited like a motherfucker. All that shit hit me at once. I said, yeah, it's working. Like, I knew it. I wasn't looking for it that night. But I ain't gonna lie, I had a feeling when I was telling y'all, when I was breaking down the whole Big Mo and the whole C thing, I was one of them. I said, now I wonder how this shit gonna manifest for me. Or I just knew something was gonna happen, but I didn't know. I knew, but I didn't know. And so you know it. The next day, the shit popped up. It came out. So yeah, man, good shit too. Oh yeah, while we here too, let me say this. When I did the Friday Night Fever with Donald, when you look at the picture that I put up on Instagram, where it's twice, two of them. I didn't do that on purpose either. I guess I accidentally posted. I think I posted one. I didn't think it posted. I posted again. But I think that's what it was. Matter of fact, now that I look back, because that shit been happening. Like, I'll post some shit, and then when I go back, it won't be there, but it'll take a while to post. I don't know if it's my phone or what, but then it won't. Like 2 or 3 minutes later, it'll be it'll post or whatever. So I think that's what happened with that right there. I think I posted it, and it didn't post. Well, I thought it didn't post, and I posted it again and posted twice. Well, anyway, when you look at that picture, it looks like I'm throwing a rolling 60s. That's not the case. I'm doing this, but my hands is behind the Anyway, these 2 fingers are hidden behind. I think one of them is hidden behind the something. I gotta see the picture, y'all. Anyway, the shit is like I'm throwing a rolling 60. It's not the case. First and foremost, I'm not a gangbanger. It's imperative that I tell you this, because for one thing I would never want a nigga to look at me as a false flagger, bro. If I wanted to be a gangbanger, if I wanted to rip some shit, I would have got down and put me. But I would never be a nigga that shit is disgusting to me. Like, you gonna do it, but don't be no false flagger. You know what I'm saying? Don't, I've seen niggas, not necessarily, but I've seen niggas false flagger, but I've seen niggas like be standing next to a nigga who's banging, but he not banging, or say some like disrespectful type shit. Even though he not banging, he'll say, well, motherfucker say some disrespectful type shit, bro. About, okay, this nigga's one, like, you had this nigga here, he's a part of a gang. Then you had this nigga right here, he's not, but he's cool with this nigga. But just to, I guess to try to impress this nigga, I just seen nigga say some shit, some disrespectful shit about the other side or what this nigga's on. But he ain't even a banger, so he all them folks' business. You ain't got no business. I don't want to say that. I got love for it. They ain't got no. My nigga, and that's another reason I had to say it too, because I got partners that's from 60s or whatever, or who are rolling 60s or whatever. But I'm not a banger or whatever. Never my bag or whatever. And the last thing I want is a nigga to look at me and think that I'm, especially me, I'm telling you I'm Christ, so a nigga probably be thinking, he just think he can do anything. It's like, no, I'm not, I got love for the cats though. I got love for the Bloods too. I ain't got no problem with no gang or whatever, or no bias towards any type of organization or gang or whatever you want to call yourself. But I will say this much: we all going to a new era, so you niggas probably want to refine yourselves, man. A lot of shit getting old, bro. I'm not gonna get on that. I grew up as a kid. We had all in the same gang and self-destruction and all these type of cautionary tales, and the old heads trying to tell you put the guns down, and them niggas scoff at that. So you might expect me to come on here and say, hey man, and be heavy on. Fuck that. You niggas want to kill yourselves? Go right ahead. I'd hate to see you do it, but I'm not gonna sit here, hey man, please. I'm not. I got other shit I need to be I gotta deal with. So I'm not. I will say this much. Hey man, try to cut the bullshit out, man. I know it's a lot of whatever you are. I don't care what gang you in, whatever. I just give you this one time, like it's time to stop. Time to redirect your energy, man. Now, like I say, I'm not gonna be like the old. That's why I say I watched years of growing up, marches, stop the violence, and that shit to no avail for the most part. So me, I'm not coming on no fucking. I'm not gonna sit here and plead with niggas to put the guns down and it would be nice or or if niggas I know things don't happen overnight, so I ain't no nigga to, and I ain't one of them old fuck the streets guys. I see that's the new movement. Count me out. Count me out of the fuck the streets movement. I'm not telling you to go out there and get yourself locked up or shot up and killed or whatever, but I understand the streets. We'll just say that, put it in a nutshell. I'm not. Let me give you an example. First of all, let me finish with rolling 60 shit. But I'm not a bagger, bro. And I'm not trying to come off as one. The whole reason, first and foremost, the way I was dressed, the Cali style dressing, that's just a part of us down here. That I told y'all once before, like, a lot of our style, for a style, and it only makes sense because it's not as cold. If you look at the hip hop, the two big, the East Coast, West Coast, then you had us last. We got more of our flavor from the West because one of the reasons I would say is our geographic thing or whatever. We would dress more like Cali because it's not as cold. Our weather is more closer to Cali than it would be to New York, for one. And not saying, but we was more so Dickies, Chuck T's, house shoes, and all that shit. We was on all that shit, especially after shit like Menace and Boys in the Hood and all that. But the shit did, but the crazy part about it is, now I was wearing the flannel in the spirit of Friday because the movie is called Thank God It's Friday, and if I was a gambling man, I'd bet a friendly wager that I never heard him say, but I bet a friendly wager that Cube got the idea for his Friday from TGIF or Thank God It's Friday or whatever. So I was just doing a little fusion of it. Then, did you see me with I switched it up. Had the Chris Tucker with the, I was dressed like Chris Tucker with the hat to the back and all of that. So that's what that was about. But that's the thing about, that's the weird thing about the shit though, because Cube, he's from where he comes from that ilk. He's not a banger. I'm like Cube. I don't bang. I rock the good rhymes. But I see the similarity because he, just like his neighborhood is, or where he's closest to, or whatever you want to call it, is South Central in the '60s and all that. But so just like me, my niggas from my block, them niggas is 60s or whatever. I never got down with that though. That was my thing. But well, one thing I will say is it reminded me of Nip though. And it could be the spirit of Nip because the video I think I did before that, I was talking about Whitney Houston. Well, Whitney Houston, her nickname is Nippy. So when I held the picture up and I was like Nip, but I wasn't talking about uh, uh, Nipsey Hussle. I was talking about Whitney Houston. So then I do the video. Did you see this picture? And the shit do look nippish. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and deny it obvious. Cause even when I look at shit, I was like, damn, this shit remind me of Nip. And it's that's how I wore the black and the white for because that's what Cube had on Friday. But then when you go back to Nip logo was the racing flag, the black and white marathon, the marathon continues thing or whatever. So I'm looking at all this, I'm like, damn, and he's in South Central, and I'm there, I'm like, damn. But then you look at the rest of how everything. Now I didn't do that, like I say, that was not on purpose. But the shit lines up with everything else because you got that. And then I went into the whole big and the big, you know, putting on the red and black lumberjack and or whatnot or whatever. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, was that Nip? Because it's in the spirit of the same, like, niggas who, you know, all these guys who died in the music industry or whatever. What I'm doing, like I said, Pac and Big, and even with Mo. Now, I took it off because it's got a little hot in here first. But even it is, let me go ahead and cut the lights on now. I gave y'all enough for the my name's Blurry Face. Gave y'all enough of that shit. But yeah, I mean, got a little warm up in this whole man, so I had to get back in the spirit of Mizzo. Now, mind you, with this, now I had this sweatshirt right here since for about 2 years now, right? Now, when I went and pulled this picture up, or when I went to look for a picture to print for Mo, I got this one. Not because of this, I just got it because that's the one I chose or whatever. But it shows how the spirit leads you. I didn't realize it till I got home. I said, oh shit. I got a, his is a little bit more plush. His is like velour or something. But I said, oh shit. This shit coming together. So I say, when I speak on Mo, I'm gonna put that blue sweatsuit on. But that wasn't on purpose though. I'm trying to show you how spirit works through us or whatnot. So that was not, you know, shout out to them cats, man. But I'm back from 60s. I know it took me a while. It might seem like it's late, but I kept forgetting. Like every time, like I did the Friday Night Fever, and then when I think I caught it, because this thing, you might say, well, how you didn't see that and you put it there? That's how I tell you, my mind been moving fast and motherfucking lately. So it's like a lot of I've been trying to juggle so much shit. Instagram is like my Instagram game is ain't even how even with you, as you can see how, you know, I'm just saying I'm moving fast, motherfucker. So I remember when I took the screenshot. Only thing I was really worried about was looking at my face because I didn't want to be making no. Matter of fact, y'all think I'm bullshit. I'm gonna show you. Put my phone there. Now I'm gonna leave this up. Just like the one Friday Night Fever. Now I didn't. Now, when I caught it, and well, first and foremost, the first thing I caught was when I had posted 2 of them, and I was gonna take one of them down, but someone said, "Nah, don't do it." Put my fucking phone in. Some said, "Don't do it. Keep both of them up." And maybe I'll find out a while later, but to be honest with you, so I be saying, man, y'all gotta pardon me. I'm always looking for some shit that's one thing I be hating, man, about myself. I get to putting shit down and looking for this and move this and put this over here and sit this on top of what I'm. It's madness. It's just madness. It's just. Where the fuck is my phone at, man? This shit here. Ugh. I ain't looking for one thing, I'm looking for the fucking other, man. This shit is driving me nuts. Where's my phone at, bro? Here that bitch, bro. See? You know what I'm saying? This shit on top of the motherfucker. This is bullshit. But anyway, man, let me stop my griping. But now I'll show you why the Spirit said don't take this down. But well, with the 2, I was like, I'm gonna leave both of them up. But I still wasn't paying attention to the damn. Or did I? When did I catch that shit? I think I caught it like. I don't think I caught it that same day. It been so. I ain't trying to lie to y'all. I just can't remember how the shit went, man. Like I said, it'd be so much shit I be dealing with. But anyway, when I finally seen the caught the rolling 60 thing on the hand with what seems like what seems like some rolling 60 shit or whatever, or what could be taken as that. You know, first thing they can think is take it out. There's something I don't take it down. The pitch is first and foremost. The reason I couldn't take the shit down is because that goddamn Donna. That nigga, hell man. That's some fever. When I'm looking at the pit, it was like it's so perfect to me. Outside of what could be misleading, I was like, man, I can't take that down. I could easily put another picture up, put the song back up, and something just saying, man, it's the one right here. That's why I have to come and say this. Cause I ain't gonna take it down, but that's not that. But that may very well be the ghost of Nip. I'm just we'll see, maybe some later on down the line, I'll get a channel from him or something, but there's some shit, who knows. But or maybe that was the goddamn channel or some shit. Maybe he was at the Friday Night Fever kicking it with a nigga or something. You never know shit. But it ain't come to me that thorough yet. I ain't gonna just say that yet. But shout out to Neighborhood Nip, man. And his family, man. Everybody he left behind, bro. But the reason I say that is because it all run together though. Because it's that, and then I'm doing the thing on Big. He died fucking with the music industry, which is another thing. Now I think I'm gonna take that with that. Juicy. See, now I like Juicy because I like Juicy because it introduced me to Big. First song we ever heard. Shout out to Craig Mack too. We've been doing, but a nigga, well, I personally can't. I've been slipping, but I gotta get that boy props too, because niggas, I know they didn't like it, or Big didn't like Craig Mack, or that's what they say. I don't know. I'm just going off industry talk, but Craig Mack was hell on wheels too. Don't let nobody fool me. That nigga was nice. I remember, nigga, about one of my big homies. That nigga said, "I'm a rain. Rain forever. Rain like bad weather. Rain like whoever never. That boy shit. My shit too. Y'all love that shit, but them good old days right there, man. The Big Mac. That goddamn yeah, Craig, don't let nobody fool you. Craig Mack was nicer than Mike too, man. He don't get the props and shit or whatever. And he just passed what, 2 or 3 years ago? And he was trying to say nigga had AIDS, which is bull. I tell you, man, y'all gotta. That shit is not. That AIDS is not real. Trust me, my nigga. That is bullshit. Now you wanna go to the hospital and let the folks see where you really fuck up at it when you buy into certain shit. That's how you get you with all this shit. So once you start, because the mind is all the universe is mental. So if they can convince you that you sick, even if you ain't sick, your ass gonna be sick because in your mind you sick, and you going along with the bullshit. You know, that's a whole other story in itself, man. But like I said, man, just be well with you. I can't tell you. I wouldn't advise it. But you gotta make your own decisions. I don't fuck with doctors and shit. There's been times, nigga, I was in here. At the time, I didn't catch on till like 2 or 3 days, well, about a day or two after something where I was here fucked up. But I was dehydrated. I mean, what the fuck going on, man? I was fucked up. I'm like, I couldn't get out of bed, but I was dehydrated. So I, started drinking more water and shit. But I was fucked up. Like the average person probably would have been like, "Yeah, I'm finna go to the doctor." I was like, "Man, I'll die in this bitch before I do that. Fuck that. I ain't going to that. But I just whatever gonna happen here, it's gonna happen here. I'm gonna figure it out right here. I'm not fucking with them. Not me, especially not me. So that was what it was. I was like, man, if that's what it is, I'm better just lay it down right here. I'm not fucking with them. That's me though. I can't tell you to be like that, but I'm drunk some water and shit. So when I finally smash it, I start hydrate and I pop back up. But I was like, fuck that shit. I take my chances at the highs. I ain't fucking around. So I wasn't really too much necessarily worried about dying though, 'cause I knew that wasn't the case. Just based on what I was, but I knew whatever the fuck it was, I was gonna have to get over it right here. But I said that to say this: the average person would probably say, "Oh, I gotta go to the doctor," and they would have. So I would have went to the doctor and told them some bullshit. Well, you have mesothelioma, and you get to. They get to pumping the pill, that's when you really start getting fucked up. But I don't fuck around. Like I said, I say you get stabbed or some shit, or you shot, man, that's a different story. Cause unless you know how to sew your own self up and shit, cause damn near you do, damn you don't with that. So you might as well take your chances, cause you gonna bleed out. Or you gonna go fuck with them? Don't be stupid now. Know how to balance this shit out, cause, I would advise niggas when it come to body ailments and aches, you probably need to find out a holistic way of dealing with that shit. Cause I wouldn't fuck with them. But anyway, I don't want to get too far from that, cause I already feel like I'm going off on a tangent, but yeah, man. But I ain't a roller 60, man. I would never try to come off like that. That's fraud. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect that. Like, I ain't gonna respect a nigga ripping some shit and he ain't that. And so I wouldn't do it. So, but shout out to them cats, man. So yeah, but I will tell y'all this, and it is relevant. Since we talked about Nip, I'll take y'all down. To B-Dog. We'll go down to Damu area too. Your girl, now this is she came through. Uh, Bloody Mary. No disrespect, cause I know that, but that was a kind of a cool way of. See, that's one thing I say about banging on wax. See, the concept of banging on wax, they was trying to tell. See, when we was think about it, that don't get me wrong, niggas, we always had games and shit, niggas fighting or whatever. But that one was an era where instead of fighting, niggas would meet up and battle each other through the arts. Graffiti niggas scratch each other's name, where that's gang banging incorporated that shit to their shit too. But graffiti artists, they battle through their graffiti. Break dancers, they break against each other. You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo. So instead of fighting or actually killing each other, they channel that combative spirit, which is the combative spirit through the arts or whatever. So I see what they was doing for banging on wax. That's pretty much from I think who was that? I think I seen a documentary. I think I can't remember where I saw that, but they was talking about the making of it, and pretty much the dude who was on it, over it or whatever, or put it together, he was basically like, that's what they were trying to do. Like, man, let's stop all that and just put it on channel the energy through the music or whatever. But I'm gonna show you how she came through. Just to the Screw tape. I just started listening to this Screw tape like about 2 or 3, because this happened let me bring it down. About a year or two ago, about 2 years ago. I had never heard this one before. So the tape got Pyru Love on it. And she's on there. That nigga, she rap her ass off too. I think no disrespect to no side of Crips Blood, because I know them just get disrespectful on that shit. But so I'm listening to a verse on there. Well, I'm listening to the song or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, this nigga here was going hard. She could rap like a motherfucker too. This nigga here just, I was like, God damn. I was like, man, but she on them niggas ass, man. Like, I was like, this nigga here is disrespectful for real. That was the nature of the shit. The Crips got their shit out, Bloods got their shit out, but so I'm like, damn, this nigga here is hard. So time passed and shit. I don't know how I ended up finding out. I think I was on YouTube one day, and I think her story popped up or some shit like that. Now mind you, on the Screw tape, now she died I think she was on a motorcycle. She got hit by being on a motorcycle or something like that. But mind you, now go back. Now the motorcycle, all this shit is happening within the Max. When I was doing the Mad Max joint, right? Remember they came back to the Citadel on the motorcycles. So peep how it's transpiring. So the motorcycle. Now that same Screw tape, I don't know if one of Screw homeboys had a motorcycle accident or what happened. But he give a shot to one of his homeboys and he say, boy, you better stop the motorcycles, boy. Woo, woo. So, and I'm just not clicking and putting them two together about a week or two ago or something like that. Well, remembering he said that on the tape. But, so I got my bike and shit, I ain't got a motorcycle, but I got a regular bike or whatever. And for some reason, the fucking back tire on my bike the air kept coming out that bitch. I'm like, what the fuck going on? I fill that bitch up, getting inner tube after inner tube, and this shit just keep happening. What the fuck going on around here? And I thought about it, I said, hold up. And I started thinking about Bloody Mary. I'm like, look at this shit. I'm like, hold on, man. And she came through, and I'm like, damn, this is this nigga. And then, now here come, now from the way the story went, this is Christmas related because Bloody Mary ain't nothing but Mary. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Just the lamb of Christ, baby Jesus and all that. The fleece is, I think I said this in the other one, but the fleece that is white as snow was when all this go up and all the lights concentrated right here. This is ice, the moon. The fleece was white as snow. This is the fleece of the lamb. Lamb, even they got a version of Christ called Lamb, the Ram. But go back to what I'm telling you, we're dealing with the root chakra. When the sun come back down, hit here, and then it's raised up, the last chakra that has to be opened up is the root chakra. When it opens up, all that energy, red energy, shoots up through here. Just like the light spill, come over here, and puts the final touch on the human. That's called the mother blood. The father blood is the spirit blood. The mother blood represents the physical blood that created the physical body, or was a finished touch. So when this shoots up here, that's Bloody Mary. Mary is the earth or whatever. So when they talking about say Bloody Mary name in the mirror, whoo, this is fire right here, boy. We finna get to some shit. The mirror is what I just told you. This is a side view, but the surface, looking at this from the top, would be the mirror. Especially when you got the ice frozen over it. That would be the mirror. So you remember they say Bloody Mary name in the mirror, she'll pop up or whatever. That's where they get all this shit from. The mirror, that's another thing too. We'll get in that while we're here. The mirror, shout out to Mossberg too. That was the crazy part about Mossberg is he a blood too. I never even heard of his music, I don't think yet. But let me make sure I don't lose it. So I don't go too far off. But Mossberg, peace to him. He made the trip. I think he got shot or something. I'm not sure. But now I tell you, I started out freestyling. So my older brother and his homeboys, they used to rap or whatever. And I started freestyling. One day I went and told niggas I could rap too, whatever. And then let's hear something here, nigga. So I started freestyling. Blew them niggas' mind. Them niggas like, man, that little nigga hard. And then my partner Bucket, or my brother partner Bucket, we would call that nigga Mossberg Pump. So that was one of my first rap names. When he gave me that, then of course, you know, when you start growing into, I'm like 10, 11 or some shit like that. Then, you know, eventually I started coming up with my own names and shit. But that was like one of the first names I had. Before I even knew about this, and later on, probably about 2 or 3 years later, I think I seen him in a magazine or something. I was like, damn, that nigga Bucket gave me that same name. I don't know if he was familiar with Mossberg, but I doubt it. I don't think he was just gave me him up with another rapper's name. But you know, just a little something for my blood partners too. You know, shout out to my nigga Greg Montgomery. You know what I'm saying? He from the trade just like Moyo. He moved to the West though. Like him and my brother knew each other from the. Like I said, man, I born on the Southeast side, so I, you know, all the way up until I was like 5 or 6, I stayed out there. And when we stayed out there, which Third Ward is the Southeast side too. Now I moved to the Southwest. I rep the West because that's where I got all my game and all that shit from. But we ended up meeting back up. Now, I didn't know him when we stayed out there. I was a kid and shit. But when we moved to my block, Ravencrest, Greg ended up moving to that side of town too. Him and my brother reunited out there. And my brother's a Crip. go to show you that some shit is just go. That's what I'm saying. I'm go back to tell you about friendships and shit. Like them niggas was friends before all the gangbang shit came in. So when they meet up, they different sets. It didn't really mean that niggas when you tripping on no shit like that. He it's just some of the fun facts I like sharing with y'all. But to get back to Mary the Mirror, with the mirror, since we on China with the whole tea thing, the whole Chinese the Chinese pantheon, Chinese mythology. When you go up into China, one of the things you learn from their mythology is you're gonna see a lot of gods that judge the souls of the dead or whatnot. But what you're gonna see a lot of times is what I told y'all back to Mike. If you go back to some of my old work from 2017, I be like, nigga, I hit you niggas with that Dirty Diana. Put that mirror in front. Now this before I even read. See, this shit is actually what I'm learning now about all these different Asian deities and shit is confirming what I said way back then before I even read that shit. But I was like, the mirror. I was like, at the end of the day, that mirror, the Dirty Diana. Diana is a god of mirror. One of the things is the mirror or whatever. Same thing. Dirty Diana. So I was like, the Dirty Diana is, nigga, I ain't got a too. When it's all said and done, it's like Bobby said, when it's all said and done, you be judged by your own heart. Which when you look at some of these deities, you see some of these mythologies, like they judge niggas by putting a mirror in front of them and letting them see their own self. So in so many words, it's like really, and they'll go back and put it in simpler terms is, I ain't gotta go, or don't nobody gotta go around really and say, oh, he's fucked up, or he's fucked up, or like when I say, when Krishna blows his flute, all the sinners die. We talk, we know sinners is not, we're using the common modern sense of the word, but it don't mean what you think it means. But we just go with that right now. And when you say, oh, he blow, you ain't gotta go around and know it's called apocalypse of the heart. Though, and it's funny, I see I already had this plan to talk about, but a damn Bobby video popped up earlier today with, when he was talking about that. And I was I was looking at something else, but I think I went in the kitchen, and then I guess the other shit that was on went off, and then the Bobby lecture popped up. And in that lecture, he brought that up, the apocalypse of the heart. And that's what it is. You know if you fucked up. At the end of the day, I can say, I ain't gotta, or anybody gotta sit here and like, he's fucked up. And now we, call shit out and woo, but at the end of the day, you know in your heart if you fucked up or not. So, it takes it out of another nigga's hand. So it's like, okay, and you think I'm bullshitting, I'm finding that shit somewhere. I gotta find it, but I put it up, show you. They shit tell you, like they'll pull the mirror, and that's how they judge niggas, by letting them see their own reflection. And in so many words, to break it down, that's the symbolic representation of it. But in so many words, what it's saying is, in your heart of hearts, you know if you fucked up, or you a fucked up nigga. And ain't nobody gotta sit here and point niggas out there, he's a fucked up one. He's all. We in this new apocalyptic heart, and it's apocalypse of the heart. This shit is about you fucked up. So you see me, I know niggas looking at me like, I ain't. You go back to the Santa Claus thing. You making a list, you checking it twice, going to find out who's naughty or nice. Now, common sense, one fucking man can't find out who's naughty and nice throughout the whole goddamn world. But that's what the mirror is about. So it ain't about, that's a thing, but it's so many words to translate it, so many words you know. It ain't that. So if you fucked up, you can't look at me and oh no, you're fucked up. That's what it is. I ain't gotta go around like, no, you know you fucked up or not. That reflection. That's why it's called. That's where repentance come from. See, even if you is fucked up, say you ain't too. Some niggas is too far gone. I can show you that too. It's called the irredeemably the irredeemably wicked. We ain't talking about wicked in the sense of I rock wicked rhymes. I know, I'm not. I'm a wicked nigga, chicken shit. We spit like now. We talk about real fucked up people. We ain't talking about some metaphor rhyming and I'm the wicked rhyme kicking this. Nah, we talking about that's the irredeemably wicked. Those who cannot be redeemed because they don't want to be redeemed. They're fucked up and don't probably. Or maybe some people are so far they know they fucked up. It's all kind of shit out there. It's a lot of filth flying around here. Put it like that. You just make sure you ain't one of them. But what I was trying to tell y'all back in 2018, 2017, whatever, is the way you repent is first reflecting on yourself and reflecting on whatever shortcomings or negative shit or whatever you got going on with you, which is everybody. Nobody's perfect. That's another thing too. You too good, like niggas talking about fuck the streets and no, you niggas is too goody two shit. See, they got another mythology where you got in China, you got the judges or the judges of the dead or whatever, right? And I think it was like 10 of them or something like that. And one of them got replaced or kicked out because he thought everything was supposed to be, in so many words, the translated, he thought that everything was supposed to be good. So it was like this, you judge the motherfucker, right? And we judging the nigga. But this is hypothetically speaking. So you got 10 niggas judging him. Or judging different niggas. And you got this nigga. Soon as one thing, so you pull up, let's say you pull up whatever the nigga doing. Not me, I'm just giving you an example. So you pull a nigga shit up. So many words saying this nigga here was like, one thing, oh, he did that. Send him to hell, whatever. Send him to the bad place, whatever the fuck. And it don't work like that. And that's why they start telling you, like, no, there's gonna be fucked up shit. Everybody got some shortcomings in them. Nobody gets out of this shit. And if you, the nigga and the nigga that's trying, and it's another thing that means too, it refers to. Motherfuckers trying to be too good. Now we all strive to be the best we can be. But, and even just on a regular level, a motherfucker that ain't got no flaws or no nothing, you like, motherfucker, you ain't did nothing you regret, or you ain't did nothing, you feel like, damn, I feel bad I did that. Nothing. Everybody had. I mean, I'm a good nigga, I tell you that. We all done shit, but what makes you a better person is when you reflect on it and say, damn. First and foremost, it has to have a negative impact on you. So when you do some shit that's fucked up, or some shit you feel is fucked up, even if you don't get in that moment, you might have to it might be years down the line, you reflecting like, damn, that was fucked up. Oh, I should have did that. And that's what keeps you from repeating the behavior, the feeling that it gives you, the uneasiness of the whatever you did. So that's what makes you a better person. But what they were saying about this nigga was, from my way I'm translating, and I gotta find that shit too, but the nigga was too, some of what we were trying to say was this nigga expected and somebody was, if it was up to this nigga, one strike and you're out. It's like, it don't work like that. Like, your shortcomings and even the shit you regret doing or whatever, these things make you, they're a part of the making of you. Your job is to become a better person by elevating above these things or whatever, or fixing who you are or becoming a better person or whatever. So you're a womanizer, and you find one day like, oh man, I'm a fucking womanizer. You fix that, and then then you can use your experience to catch somebody else that's probably following that thing. Like, hey man, look, I used to be like that. Let me show you something. Boom, 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 boom. I ain't never been I really like this. I wouldn't consider myself a womanizer. But like I say, ain't nobody perfect. But overall, I always try to move with women. What's the best way I can put it? For the most part, I try to be as fair as I could possibly be. You know, but I'm just using that as an example. So that's the apocalypse of the heart. When it's all said and done, you know if you fucked up. So when I say when Krishna blows his flute, all sinners die or whatever, it's not, okay, I'm sitting here, that nigga there, no. That's too much for one man or a group or even a group of motherfuckers. No. Whoever you are in your heart, tell the story. And you know who nobody know better than you. So that's how that works. Hey, so yeah, it's fall out, right? Well, Sam blew the flute. No, you blew your own shit. You fucked yourself up. You fucked up. Not, you know, I'm telling you that because I'm the one saying this. So just to give you a better understanding of what's going on around here. So you won't be looking at me like no nigga, whatever happened, you fucked up. It's your apocalypse, your heart chakra or whatever judging. That's what the whole cyber shit is about. Takes that shit off. I'm just a symbol. I pop up and I'm showing you who I am. Like, Christ is here, yeah. Ain't nobody got to be no too goody two shoes, but if you just really fucked up, you might have some answering to yourself to do. So, for the most part, cause ain't no fucking one man sitting there making a list, checking it twice. So when I put that up with Mike with the thing, I hope you think I'm kind of speaking to that so many words, but yeah, man, yeah, that goddamn intertwine. So I'm looking at me, what's going on? And then it hit me. I said, hold up. Because at first I thought, I remember I read I saw I remember seeing her story. But somewhere down the line, I was thinking it was a bike. I read up on it about a couple of days ago. And then that's when I got the refresher that it was a motorcycle and not a bike. But when my bike tire kept going, what the fuck going on? And that's how my mind works. So I'm like, okay, what does this mean? Bike. Bloody Mary. I said, oh. Like, yeah, nigga. Woo. Oh, okay. It makes all the sense in the world because she has a similarity with She has a similarity with Left Eye. Left Eye. Well, according to the story of Bloody Mary, she had signed a death row. I think she died. I don't know if she died while she was on death row or she had got out of the contract. I'm not sure. But you can go check her story out. But she changed her name from Bloody Mary to Nene X. Now, if this was a man and he was sitting with his legs or one, whatever, put it like this. Knee, this the knee. Knee, two knees, knee. Knee. I think she wanted me to do it with the golden X. The cross is like this. The X represents the angle. This would be the cross, but then the X part of the cross is when so I'll show you like this right here. But the sun shines on the earth from the angle. So just say the sun will be right here shining on the earth or whatever. It'll be like bam. It's like it'll be the view. The sun's view would be like this here, X or whatever. Nene X. Left Eye changed her name to Nina. don't think it was an X on it, but it was Nina. Nina, the 9. Now this nigga was conscious. So I don't know what level Bloody Mary was on. But this nigga was conscious. So left eye, the 9th letter, Nina, 9, I. She dealt with numerology, so we knew she knew she was on some shit. Well, we know that. So but I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting. But to take it back to the streets, that's y'all niggas. See, and I'm not necessarily, first and foremost, I am the streets. Why do I say that? Not because I'm a young, dumb nigga glorifying the streets, but the streets played a major part in this, me becoming conscious. Because the streets is what made me realize. And not even the streets. I already see it, but you just, once you get 7 or 8, you start hearing about Martin and what they did to Martin Luther King, and a little bit later on down the line, because they give you Martin in school and shit. You get to find out about Malcolm a little bit later. Well, at least I did. You start finding out about Malcolm, and you start finding out the Black Panthers and all the struggle. That already makes a nigga anti-government. If you a real nigga, because you know who the enemy is or whatever. So, but the streets is where the soldiers at. There might be a lot of poor shit in it, but hence me. I'm telling you niggas. So I'm not saying you got to glorify the streets or whatever. But don't be on here. You niggas is just like, you gotta see. That's why they don't listen to you. Just go out and tell you about. Well, I don't want to. Let me separate the self-destruction, and we all in the same. Shout out to Easy too. My nigga E, man. Back to the AIDS thing. They fucked over the boy. Nah, we'll talk about that, but they fucked over E. And who he was rocking with? The goddamn Heller, Jerry Heller. The fake Jew or the Jew, whatever you want to call him. Him. We already know them niggas. Those are not your. I'm not talking about regular Jewish people of the faith, or just regular people. I'm talking about heavyweighters who operate within white supremacy. And Jerry Heller was connected to that shit. He was down with the he called the ADL. What they call that shit? He called the ADL, which ain't nothing but a clean them niggas up when they act bad group, AD, whatever the fuck. Not your friends, but we don't be knowing this. It's so easy to know he's sitting right under the fucking, I don't even call it, he's under the beast or whatever you want to call him. So if you don't think, why you think, that should show, see, they talk to you, you have to read between the lines with these motherfuckers. He had it, but ain't none of his kids, his wife, baby mama, nobody else had the shit but him. That's because he didn't have AIDS. They killed him and called it AIDS. But if you going up, that's why you have to be outside the box. If you in a regular world, you're like, okay, I'm fucking wrong. I gotta go get tested. I go get tested. Oh my God. That's the setup. It's an attack on your sexuality. You kill niggas by making them come in. It's like picking a lottery. Okay, 20 niggas come in today to get tested. Yeah, these 5 we gonna tell them they got AIDS and fuck them off and guinea pig them. As a matter of fact, we'll take these 5. These are gifts. This is gifts right here. We're still in the Christmas spirit. We'll take these 5, put them on some medication, and see what the medication do to them. Tell them it's to fight AIDS, but we'll give them the medication and. So them motherfuckers be guinea pigs. So they'll be giving them shit and figuring out how to fuck other people up with the shit that they give. So I'm like, how does this work? Oh, okay, it's fucking a liver up. It's fucking that up. Okay, so we can. Yeah, it's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. So be careful with that shit, man. Wrap it, watch who you put your thing in now, though, because it is real shit out there. So, don't end up having to, that, but your best just, you wake up one morning and you shoot fire, but, I'm quite sure they probably got some holistic shit too, but this event, you gotta see somebody. Do the most. Go to the clinic. Hey, we already know what you need. Penicillin, penicillin and or whatever the fuck. When it comes to shit like that, because really that's all to really be is really just burnt or that herpes shit. Then even that, that shit is reversible. They tell you this shit is not curable, but trust me, you get into them holistic health and shit, you'll find what you need or whatever. But you wake up pissing fire, go to the clinic, tell them, hey, tell them you got gonorrhea, you need some penicillin, get the pills, try to take no shots and no shit like that, because you can just get the pills if I'm not, I don't know, I never went through that, but or went down there with that, but I support, you might have to take a shot or whatever, but I don't think, I just try to get the penicillin, just try to get the pills, don't even get no shots or whatever, I don't know how that shit works. I don't know if they force you to, I don't know, but, that's pretty much all I can think of when it comes to sexually transmitted disease or whatever. Then you got shit like, the bugs and shit, but, that's external shit. But, yeah, man, so be careful with that shit. Because it's a mind game. And you wonder why motherfuckers how people getting skinny these days. Well, because a motherfucker tell you this, you're going to start stressing, eating less, and ain't no telling what the fuck the medication they put you on, dude. So that's what that is. Okay, so yeah, but to go back to the street thing, yeah, man, but don't get me wrong, I get it, cause I understand what niggas getting all this senseless violence and all that right there. The drug thing, honestly speaking, if you want to be real about it, and, I know that when it comes to doing drugs, bro, can't nobody put no motherfucking pistol to your head and tell you, hey, smoke crack till you're addicted. Now, I understand, they're like, they poisoning the community. It's like, y'all taking shit a little too far. Yeah, but no, at the end of the day, don't get me wrong. The crack epidemic was fucked up. I'm not taking it away from that. I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to necessarily justify it, but it's like I always tell y'all about drugs. Drugs are not necessarily bad. It's not the drug, it's the people. Like I say, just like with crack, you can say how you want to say, but I'm guaranteeing you search hard enough, you can find that one person. Niggas don't even smoke. At least I don't see people. It ain't like it used to be. At least I don't know who. I don't know. I'm not gonna say ain't nobody out there still selling crack somewhere in the nooks and crannies, but it ain't like it was we were growing up. Like I always tell the guys, guarantee you can find somebody that say, yeah, well, shit, man, I smoke crack. Oh, not me. Let me say that, because nigga cut this shit. Well, nah, man, I don't think a nigga no better than tell me like that about this at this point, I hope. But that's how they do you on the internet. Nigga cut that and say, see, you smoke crack. And you have to go find the rest of the video to put the shit in context. That's how fucked up these niggas is, man. The internet fucked y'all niggas up, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm telling y'all about the cameras and shit with all these niggas putting bags on niggas and put all on camera like, this is not gangster. You talking about putting bags on niggas and killing niggas and pissing on niggas' graves and all this old wild shit. You doing all this shit in the name of being gangster on camera when it's not gangster. So it's like it's a double negative. You putting yourself in the line of going to jail or some shit. Then at the same time, the shit just ain't gangster because that's telling you. Like, y'all doing this shit to come off like you hard. The internet, now you have to understand, majority of these motherfuckers on the internet is not from the streets. So you might have a bunch of motherfuckers in your comments and, yeah, man, get him, put that, yeah, you put a bag on him, and you thinking, yeah, these niggas going home and going to sleep, and they not even from the streets. Probably never, but most of them, cause, and some stupid, some you got some dumb niggas that's really in the streets, probably championing that shit, but you got to really look at the internet for what it is. Most of these motherfuckers is not from the streets. A bunch of nerds and like a bunch of motherfuckers who ain't from the streets, bro. Listening to you niggas and egging you on with this bullshit, and you trying to save face or show out or show you the big man or whatever the fuck you think you is, or whoever. And not nobody in particular. I'm just saying, for some motherfuckers who ain't from the streets, ain't gonna send you nothing on your books, go to your funeral. Them niggas ain't gonna do nothing but probably post some shit on, hey, he was a good this or well. Niggas gonna do shit for your family. Or because they was gonna do something for you. And the first thing they would have told you is, don't get on this fucking internet talking about the shit you talking about. Bodies and shit. That is not the fucking way. It ain't never been gangster. You know what I'm saying? It's camera shit, bro. Everybody wanna. That camera, I say when a lot of I'm saying cameras are a strange thing. That shit rings even more thorough today because you can see it with the internet shit. These niggas want to be. I know I named it Lil Sam the movie, but I'm not no dummy. I'm not finna go out there and try to. But yeah, so we ain't glorifying bullshit. But what I'm saying is, man, you niggas, you extreme with this shit. I'll give you an example. So you like, oh, the drug dealers and woo, like you talk like niggas in the streets ain't got no heart. But I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna show you what balance is. I'm gonna show you something. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Back when I used to sip drink, right? Now I told you I was on the look, I got on the tough or whatever. So when my partner I was getting it from, well, one of them, I went to go get some drink from him one day, right? I got a call with him. You know what the nigga said? He's like, you know what, Lil Sam? I'm drinking this shit too much. I got love for that boy now. I don't say no names, but I don't know if he remember. I hope he do. If he watch, I don't know if he listened to me or whatever. But that nigga say, man, you drinking this shit too much, bro. See, and don't nobody really necessarily owe nobody that, but that's just to show you that everybody is not no fucking community poison or greasy. The spirit. That was it. When they told me that, I mean, you drinking this shit too much. I knew he was. I ain't arguing. I was like, yeah, you got a point, because I was already saying it. That's around the time I was kind of like trying to curtail that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily stop drinking it all together, but drink this shit on occasions because it's expensive. And I said that to say that you have that type of element in the streets too. It's not just all bad. Just like we telling you about the niggas and the judges and shit. You looking at this shit like it's just everything's supposed to be just no nigga, it's not. You can't just put all the streets in one bag and say fuck the streets because it's so many words. I guess what I'm saying, you looking at the bad but you ain't seeing the good, or you ain't seeing and if you don't know the good part of the street. I done told you that before. We ain't here for that. You just go find this shit in my work somewhere. And I'm saying anybody owes anybody that, because at the end of the day, you gotta know your goddamn self. So he didn't even have to tell me that, but it goes to show you that this was not some nigga that was just, yeah, he was hustling and he trying to get his bread, but at the same time, he had some type of heart about himself, because the average nigga ain't gonna do that. Average nigga gonna be like, oh, nigga gonna boss some more. That nigga like, nah, bro, you drinking that shit too much, bro. Ain't nobody, now as far as when you get to crack and shit, imagine if crackheads thought the way he thought for themselves. Now I don't know. Crack and some other shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't laughing at it, but I'm saying I don't know what the fuck was going on with that goddamn crack, bro. That shit though, what they was doing or what they put in that shit, but that was some bad shit, boy. Like, and I don't even think, I think that the era when I finally grew up, by the time I grew up to the point where I dabbled in it, or I was around niggas who was doing it on the block and shit, right, or whatever. Like I said, I'll tell you a story. We was out there on the block one day. Well, in the alleyway. That was our headquarters or whatever. And right where we used to post up at, it was this lady that used to smoke right, her house was right there with them. It was like, I think she had like 2 or 3 little boys and shit. It was some of the saddest shit up. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. Ah, man. This shit here, bro. I'm gonna tell it though. The damn lady come out the house, bro, with a bird in a cage. And her little boy, the little boy running behind her crying like, no, mama, no. And she come up there like, what can I get for this bird? That shit that was fucked up. I ain't gonna say the nigga name because this nigga is notorious for terrorizing niggas. So I might don't even, that's my nigga though. I ain't gonna say this nigga name. I don't even want to be, nigga looking at me like, oh, that was your partner. That nigga, that was a fool. But that nigga said, my partner was like, now don't get me wrong. We ain't finna sit there and lie. If she came out with some money, that nigga would have sold her some crack. Don't get it twisted. I'm not finna fit in front like that. But the lady came out, man, and my partner was like, man, you wrong the motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Woo. You know, like, man, anybody try to take that shit back in the house, man. Well, that was some sad shit or whatever. Woo. Now, she gave him some money, he probably would have sold the crack. But I could tell by the way he anybody would have been like, you just have to be a cold-hearted nigga, man, to not get on. Like, he got on ass, like, man, you wrong the motherfucker for that, man. Whatever. I can't remember exactly what happened. He told her to go back and hide that bullshit. The point I'm trying to make is, man, you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You can't, figure out what I mean. I don't want to stay too long with this shit, but figure out what I mean. If you so desire, I don't give a fuck about so many words about what a nigga. I'll just be trying to keep you niggas from taking, the niggas ain't gonna listen. First and foremost, they been listening. That's why I don't get into the whole stop the book. Like, my demeanor is, I tell you, my whole demeanor is, if you know me, you should know I ain't, I'm, You know, I don't want to see niggas out here dying over bullshit. But I'm not finna sit here running around this bitch every 5 minutes. There's some other niggas do that. I'm not doing it. I'm not running around saying, man, fuck the streets, shut the streets down. You know, niggas know they make their own decisions. You know what the fuck you doing. You want to take the chances? Go right ahead. I ain't finna sit here and waste my breath. You know, trying to act like I say, I sat and watched the whole life. Watched the OG stop the violence and more than trying and this and that, and it never worked. I'm not even finna waste my time. If niggas want to shoot it at, fuck it. Go right ahead. You do, you know, I'm not finna, I would, you know, if I could say something that they cease the shit, hey man, cool. But I'm not even finna sit in front with you like I'm, hey, you know, they ain't got, you know, niggas gonna be niggas, man. You know, so I'm past that. That's somebody else do that shit. I done seen them niggas didn't give a fuck about. I ain't talking about no particular gangs or. I'm talking about just work period, not just Cali or Chicago or Little Rock, Arkansas, wherever it's popping at. I'm just talking about generally speaking. I'm not, you know, niggas, some shit is just, you know, hey, I don't know. But I'm not doing it. You know, like I said, I advise niggas, hey man, especially going to this area we going, because shit gonna peak. Whatever gonna happen anyway, because we going into a whole nother phase of things. So you can be caught with, you can get caught in that old mind frame, that old thinking you want. You know, you'll deal with it, but I'm not gonna waste my goddamn breath. I was seeing that shit don't work. Niggas gonna do nigga shit. Now now me being who I am, I would hope a nigga say, well, damn, the big, you know, the big G, you know, Christ is speaking. You can go, you niggas go. Like I say, I would advise you to, but I ain't marching in all that. Nah, fuck all that. You niggas ain't finna drain my energy. I'm not even finna get on here and say, fuck the streets in the street. No. So yeah, man. I want to get that out. So yeah, man. But I say that to say, and most of you niggas that saying this shit came from the streets. So you worth it. You damn it like a nigga that, you know, we used to say niggas forget where they come from when they get rich or go get a record deal or whatever and start acting different. That's like you niggas. I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm not telling you not to try to stop the violence and all this. I'm not saying that. But you're going about it wrong. The niggas they wasn't listening to niggas. The OGs and shit wasn't even saying fuck the streets like that. They stopped the violence, you know, we all in the same game. Now you niggas just fuck the streets. It's like they're not gonna listen to that. And you ain't gonna do that but cause resistance. You gotta up your strategy if that's what you're going for. So yeah, man. So where we at? Let me see what else I can give y'all before told y'all about the. Oh yeah, but the Bloody Mary thing. That's where the whole Bloody Mary in the mirror thing come from. Whatever, all that right there. Shout out to Bloody Mary, man. Nene X. With them, a lot of them boys, that's like Big Rebo from Park Village. As soon as he died, when I found that nigga died, he must have been, I don't know if that nigga was listening to me or something or what, but as soon as that nigga, the day he made the transition, I think it was the day he made the transition. When I went to sleep, that nigga came to me that day. It was like a think it was like, I remember that nigga walking in the door. I'm not sure. I think we dabbed each other up or hugged each other. Something like that. But that nigga came straight to a nigga, Big Rebo. Which makes sense because I'll tell you. Now I get into my, see, because the same shit he was on violence. It really just was, period. Like I say, I'm not singing "Don't Stop the Violence." I'm with that, but I'm not gonna just sit here and be chanting that shit. Whether you want to, that's cool. But he was saying the same thing. Well, he was saying something I felt, but not just about one set. But what I said about the Crips, because they say Crips kill more Crips than Bloods. Now, these stop killing each other, period. But he was saying Crips kill. He was saying like we supposed to all be, which is true. This shit started as one thing. That's what I'm saying. Divide and conquer. Somewhere, and 9 times out of 10 is probably from an outside entity. Somewhere this shit got divided, cause it's like the Crips started out as the Crips and then split it off into all these different versions of Crips. And then them niggas start killing each other more than they start killing Bloods or whatever. Whatever. I ain't saying they should be killing. None of them niggas should be killing each other really, cause it's all madness or crazy shit. But at this point, I don't get me wrong though. I understand the camaraderie. I understand the fashion. I ain't knocking none of that. I even understand having a sense of warrior in you, or because them what you see with the Crips and Bloods in ancient times, them niggas would have been a warrior class. So a lot of that energy you see with, and just gangbanging period, a lot that. So it's like a lot of misguided energy. Because once upon them niggas would have been a warrior class back in the game. But now, since we, in this Americanized way, the energy, that same warrior energy that would have been in the warrior class back then is still here. It's just that we don't know how to direct the shit. So we direct it on each other and fuck each other up or whatever. So, you want to have a certain, don't nobody want to, you want to have a sister, that's part of your manhood, having at least being able to defend yourself or having a sense of fight in you just in case you have to get out. You want to have some type of warrior in you just because you got to protect your family. Just in case you have to protect your family, your woman and your child, your children and shit. So, and we take it past gangbanging, it's the streets, period. Because like I said, we didn't start off gangbanging, but you had to have a fucking, to be around us, you had to, nigga had to know you would be willing to fight. Just in case something popped off. And so we'll know you ain't gonna run on a nigga, or you ain't gonna, or if a nigga try you or some shit, you will be willing to get out there or whatever. If you have some sense of heart. A heart check or whatever. That's why I say, I'm throw the baby out with the bathwater. I'm not saying, oh, fuck, them niggas throw it all away. Like, no, it's some shit in there that you niggas need. That's why I say the best thing I could probably say would be to refine that shit. Refine it to where, y'all, I don't, like I say, it's so much that, think about it, bro. You got niggas, I'm just going off reports, you got niggas who ain't never left their hood because they boxed in. You can't even, you go this way, niggas got enemies this way, and that's a shame, bro. You really think about it. And that's why I be telling niggas out here, like, I don't knock people that gangbang out here or whatever, no shit like that. But I want niggas to think about that, like, because most of the stories you hear from them cats out there, by the time they become OGs and come on the pen or whatever, them niggas be like, man, they can't get out. You hear me say their own mouth, like, man, they'll tell niggas, hey, man, don't go down this route. They still rep they shit out of it. They tell niggas, hey, man, this ain't what it is, blah, blah. And see, it's easier out here because in other places, well, I just speak for my city because I don't know. But I know, man, when it comes to Crips and Bloods and shit, ain't nothing more dangerous. Ain't no gang banging more dangerous than out there because them niggas is territorial for real. So it's like, out here you can move around and do your thing and you might get into some gang activity or whatever on a humbug or some shit. Out there, that shit is 24/7. And your ass probably be stuck. You can't even go to this store and man, it's just a lot. So many words, I ain't knocking nobody that bang out here. Like I said, I got probably just Crips, Bloods, and all that shit. But it's a totally different dynamic. And I guarantee you, you niggas wouldn't want it to be the way it is in Cali. And I'm willing to bet you them niggas will tell you the same thing. Yeah. Them niggas come out here, you take a nigga that's been in Cali his whole life, South Central, the jungles, or wherever nigga from. You take a nigga out there, bring him out here, this shit probably be like paradise to that nigga. Like, man, I can move around. I ain't gotta worry about this block here and I'm stuck here. And I just be take that shit into consideration. So yeah, man. Let me not go too far. We got 19. Yeah, let me pick the pace up a little bit, man. You know, just think about that shit, man. You know, I ain't trying to come off like these other niggas and bash you over the head. Like, no, I can get it, but you know, you just on y'all. You know, so yeah, man. Let me see what we speak on before we get out of here. Get up out of here. Let me see. I think I spoke on that. Oh yeah. I think I hold this. Alright, we'll go back to Moyo with the drug thing. Now, codeine fiend, the self-proclaimed codeine fiend itself, my boy. We're not saying that in mockery. I'm just telling you that's the thing. But they go back to drugs and shit. They got some of these like, drugs are bad. No. Nah, but let's do a little verses here. Now, this nigga here will tell you he was a codeine fiend. But evidently, it's like Hawk said. That nigga Hawk said on one of them freestyle. Boy said, I support my own habits, so shouldn't be said. Same thing. He'll tell you he's a codeine fiend. As long as that shit ain't affecting, as long as that nigga can keep a roof over his head, clothes on his back, money in his pocket, what can you tell a man outside of, hey, you know, but you can't tell them nothing, you know what they're doing. Even when I told you, like, I don't know if I said it in the video, but even when they asked me, they told me with the help thing. It's like, man, and they said, yeah, man, you gotta, he said, yeah, the help thing is, I'm paraphrasing. He said, man, you just gotta drink a lot of water, which he's right. You gotta drink, because that's what really fucks you up with this shit, drug period, dehydration. I think you gotta drink a bunch of water, flush that shit out or whatever. Even when you go listen to the Screw Tape all day in the tray, he talking about how niggas was talking about he died of a heart attack from sipping drink. And they were like, you can't die from a heart attack from sipping drink. Like, that nigga said you might lean to death, but he kind of tell you he told you what he told you. But now we dealing with codeine crack. Okay, you got take a crackhead. You got him as a codeine thing that take a crackhead. At the origin or at the root of the situation is the same thing. Two different drugs, same situation. Addiction. For whatever reason, crack just made niggas not give a fuck about their kids. I mean, not everybody, but you've seen this a lot. I just gave you the story about the goddamn lady with the son following behind her crying with the bird and shit. Or whatever they put in that shit, or whatever the fuck was going on, because it was something, I don't know what it was, something. It was something going on. Oh shit. And then go back to the niggas talking about fucking streets. And yeah, well, they poison in the community. It's like, yeah. Well, put it like this. The motherfuckers who put the drugs, CIA or whatever, they already admitted to doing this shit. They poison the community with the shit. And I guess you can look at the drugs and say, oh, they poison, but it's like, no. The CIA intention, you just put it on them because that was their intention, to put this shit in that black neighborhood or whatever and fuck people out. The motherfucker. So in so many words, you done took, and it's just how I'm looking at it. It ain't trying to make no bill from niggas, but I'm just saying from my view, you can look at them and say they poor because they had the intention. That was the intention. The niggas who hands the drugs fell into was you trying to make some fucking money. It was like niggas sitting in the corner like, yeah, I'm poisoning the community. Fuck them. I just want my money. Yeah, here, take this poison. Take this poison. Stop. You gotta snap out of this bullshit you niggas be on. Now, what if everybody was like my boy here who sold me the drink but was like, hey man, you doing this shit too much. Is he poisoning or he just a nigga who, hey, I know people do this drug, I'm gonna provide it, but I don't want to see nobody fucked up behind it. Which is why he told me, hey, you drinking this shit too much. Now what if you had more niggas in the hood that thought like that? Or the same way my partner told her to take that bird and go on about a business. What if there's more niggas that was like, hey man, nah, I ain't gonna lie, ain't nothing, you doing your thing, but you been smoking. Just on the I'm trying to find a way to put it, but just on the collective level. Fuck that. What if the goddamn crackheads themselves thought that? What if they was able to say, hey, you know what, this little weekend thing when I'm off, get high, and was able to just go, and you got people like that who was functional smokers, doctors and all kind of shit. I don't know them personally, but I'm quite sure you got that shit out there. I've heard stories. And everybody that was smoking crack wasn't no goddamn toe up junkie. You had niggas that came, motherfuckers that came, did their thing, knew how to smoke, maintain. Well, what you gonna say to them? What you gonna say to the nigga who smoked crack for 15, 20 years or however, was always able to maintain their thing? Or motherfuckers that smoke crack, you ain't even know it. You might be talking to a nigga, this how life works. You might be talking to like, yeah, crack, crack, it fucked up. And oh wow, this nigga could been somebody who used to smoke crack, or be like, you know what, I smoked crack for 20 years and I'll maintain my shit. Basically what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, it all falls back on the individual. Just like me. The nigga told me, man, you drink. I already knew, or whatever. So, same thing, just different drug. Not as intense, but it's an addiction. But I had to, even though he told me it, I already knew. Because I'm looking out for myself. That's when, at the end of the day, when it all boiled down to it, that's what you have to be. You have to care for your goddamn self. So when it's all said and done, when the crackhead smoke, let's take the opposite. Let's take the nigga that smokes his heart bust. You can't blame, you have to blame him for that. He smoked the crack, not the dealer. The dealer might have sold it to him, but he didn't give it to him for free. If he go to that nigga and tell him, let me have some free crack, he's gonna be like, hell nah, this is on credit or some shit like that. So that man has to take responsibility for his goddamn self, just like everything else around his motherfucker. When it's all said and done, the lights go out, you look at that mirror, you have to take responsibility. Not Joe Bob or Johnny be good. None of them niggas. No, you. You gonna face the consequences of that shit. So, you know, all this generalizing shit, I don't like that. That's how I know. That's how I know it. I ain't even in the streets no more. But that's how I know you ain't gonna reach no goddamn kids like that. Cause I'm even looking at you like, that ain't the right approach. It ain't the right approach. Shit, even father-in-law knew he had to come looking like the youth and relating to the youth. He was out there bucking the dice and all that shit with them niggas. Shit, even General Henry Clark said shit. Even I got a little thug in me. We said, I think that's what he was talking about. So I think he was talking about shooting dice. The same thing. I'm not mistaken. I can't remember that lecture. But even John Henry Clark, and just John Henry, Henrik, for y'all, for those who go look him up. I'm quite sure if you put in John Henry Clark, it'll come up anyway. But just in case, it's Henrik. You know, so shit. Look at Malcolm. He started out as a street guy, then grew into what he grew into. So, you know, sometimes niggas have to be, sometimes niggas gotta be Detroit Red to get to Malcolm. If you know if you get where I'm coming from. So yeah, man. Let me hit y'all with this. I think I'm trying to see if there's any. Oh yeah, Rudolph. Yeah, we gotta get off old Rudolph. We ain't gonna let you niggas get away with that. Get away without getting that. Bad motherfucker. What they goddamn hold on a second, let me go use the restroom. Alright, man. Let me go ahead and be ready to take us on to the conclusion of this thing. So yeah, man, by this point you should be able to see that Buddha, Santa Claus, same thing. Different cultures. I'm trying to see what. Oh yeah, the Christmas. Now, when you ever seen your kids get christened, when you go to church and they rub the little, you see the baby get the, I don't know if it's depends on the denomination or whatever, you get the baptism. See, the baptism is say you was going on the West Coast, right? You go to the beach on the West Coast. When the sun sets, you're going to see the sun sink or seemingly sink beneath the ocean floor or beneath the ocean, right? Beneath the horizon of the ocean, right? And then it comes up the next morning, going into the same way you take the head and dunk it in the water and pull it back out in the baptism, that is imitating the sun. When they christen the forehead with the anointing, with the anointing oil, that's what Christ means, to be the anointed one. In order to be anointed, these are your 7 chakras. When the sun gets here, all these go up, and the earth blows off. Once all that red in that blood shoot up here, once that line, all that blood clear from that line, Santa Claus come straight to the ghetto, and those are facts. Once that line cleared, a little closer, and that beam shoots straight through that middle, hitting the pineal gland. It's the same way your Kundalini energy rises up, hit the pineal gland. creating that golden light, cutting that golden light on, and activating the rest of the energy or the gold inside of the body throughout the whole body. So, which in this case, so once that light hits the pineal gland, this is the body, the cross, the anointed light, or the Christ light. So when that light hit the pineal gland, this is the light flooding the rest of the body, or coming out of the melanin throughout the whole body and bringing forth the that's what you call the glorified body. The crisscross. This is the christening, and this is the cross. Pineal gland. This is where these things come from. Make sure we ain't forgetting that. Now I got so much shit. Well, let me get to that too. Go back to the music real quick. I want to speak on this, and I finally shot a video of me dancing. And I'll be posting it up in a minute, but I want to talk about music real quick. In the spirit of Maurice White, shout out to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Boogie Wonderland. Y'all niggas got, look. Where that come from? Oh, okay. I know this. I just got this motherfucker clean. What's going on here? Well, yeah, Boogie Wonderland. Now, first and foremost, now Earth, Wind, and Fire, period. You just know. You don't know. Now, you niggas got too far gone to where y'all, I don't give a fuck how young you is. You don't know what the fuck going on when niggas say Earth, Wind, and Fire. Your mama might raise you wrong, buddy. I don't know what the fuck, but man, you niggas gotta go listen. Boogie Wonderland. Boogie Wonderland. Turn the Beat Around by Vicky Sue Robinson. See, one reason I like that song is it go back to what I was telling y'all. It reminds me of me. It's like, okay, it's kind of, but not. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Remember I told you about well, we just put it like this. And you go find me a song like that today. See, one thing about the old heads is when you go back into that old music, a lot of their shit was about music. Like, they loved the music so much that they made music about loving the music. You don't hear that no more though. It's kind of like me when I say I write. When I'm writing, I like my favorite type of MCing is basically the bragging about the prowess of my rapping skills. So what she do in this song kind of reminds me of that because the whole song is about the beat, which this shit is in a way, to me, she's here, but this is spiritual to me because that's what he's at. Something, we need to turn the beat around. Something, like I say, I don't listen to everything, but from what I've been hearing lately, something just ain't clicking with this music shit. Now I go back and listen. Look, I can cut that radio on right now. No, I don't go that far. That's because I be going with too broad of a brush. But I just go as far as say on the hip hop side of things, because them boys, I'm gonna tell you who really went, who really doing it. The boy, I don't even know their names and shit, but Cupid, the nigga with the flex on, that was a bad mother. Flex. that shit there, wow. Like, that's what I'm saying. That was that shit there, and what's that boy? What was that? I like them girls in them cowboy or boots or whatever. That shit there, fire. Like a nigga, see them boys is making that shit to make a nigga. I'm not, that's the type of shit niggas really be, and not really, cause you always, it's kind of them type of songs. It seems like they kind of rising in popularity around the world, but we've been on that shit now, like that type of shit. But it's kind of a new wave with it. I'd say, I'm trying to explain, but there's them niggas like that type of shit is close to, and I'm not saying you got to go back and sound like. I understand we don't want to, you got to find a way to make music that's relevant today with the spirit that they had making that shit back then. Because I bullshit you not. I was talking about the Maurice White shit. I went and looked at the Boogie Wonderland video. Now mind you, I just, music come on, I just go. Same thing happened with me at Donna Summer. I got this little shit that I do, like while when I be cooking and shit, I do some shit like this, but I have like this leg back, like behind me, and I have my foot like kind of wagging, you know what I'm saying? I had to show you, I can't do it here, but I bullshit you not. That's just some shit I've been doing. I went and looked at Donna Summer, one of her performances when she was performing Hot Stuff, which one of my I love that song right there. Looking for a wild man to take home. And the shit be crazy though, cause man, it be the song I like, and the damn, not saying it's the case with her. I think I don't know. No, I don't think it was her, but it be the song, I be like, man, I love that song. And y'all listen to the artist, they be like, well, I didn't like that song. I be like, God damn. But I love that song, man. So I went and watched the performance. I said, well, ain't that some shit? I'm talking about exact one. The way she do that shit, go watch that video. Go watch the Hot Stuff when she performed. I think she got like all black or something. When you see her doing that little move with her feet like this here, that's my shit right there. Back to Maurice White. The shit that nigga was doing in Boogie Wonderland, I be doing that shit, but it's not because I seen the Boogie Wonderland video. I be doing it. I went and watched the Boogie Wonderland, because Boogie Wonderland, I think my first time I was seeing the video was about last month or some shit. When I realized, I'm telling you, like the shit that nigga was doing that bit, like you gonna say nigga doing some shit like this here, like that. Yeah, I my shit right, not my shit. I be doing that shit when I be in the kitchen cooking and dancing. Matter of fact, I think I done it on a little video. I got a little video I did finally. I'm gonna have to let y'all. I was in the room with this one, but I had to let y'all catch me one day when I'm in the kitchen cooking. Cause I really be getting down. That's that Sambo Kojan shit. That's Sambo Kojan is a kitchen guard. Sambo Kojan. Yeah, I be in that kitchen cooking. Boy, I be hitting that shit. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, man. The little shit I just recorded today, it's cool, but I'm not trying to come at you like I'm just some serious dancer or some shit like that, but I'll be hitting that shit. You better know it. I told you, nigga, I got a little, I might have went through the gangster phase, but I'd get my shit back. Oh, look. And the shit works, goddammit. I say it works. It works. Hit the niggas where it hurt. It works, goddammit. You get to move, tell you, but you get to move, that shit raises Kundalini energy and all that shit if you know what you're doing. It's like, I don't know what to tell these youngsters. I don't know what they into, how, like I say, but go listen to some old school shit and get into it. Try to get into it. I know there's an age gap and all that shit, but you want to get into this old school shit, man. telling you, go listen to Boogie Wonderland and tell me you don't hear the voice of gods and goddesses. Go tell me that shit. Listen to this shit. Boogie Wonderland. That shit is magical. Boogie Wonderland. Boogie Wonderland, nigga. Boogie Wonderland, this more shit. Boogie Wonderland. Vicky, like I say, turn the beat around. The song is about music. Her love for music. The percussion. In the rhythm, in the scratch. In the beat, man. Turn the beat up, turn it around. That shit, I love that shit, nigga. Yeah. This is not acting. I mean, me expressing myself to how this shit really making me feel. Boogie Wonderland, nigga. What else? Shit, man, anything about Earth, Wind, Fire. Let me see. Niggas like Taste the Honey. Taste the Honey. Taste the Honey. Shit, man. I'm gonna have to put a list together. I'm trying to give y'all some shit that's gonna make you get Taste the Honey. Evelyn Champagne King. Look, I got a story for that. I don't know if I told it in this segment, but I'll tell it again. Like, hoping I didn't. But man, look, I was in the motherfucker one day. I had on some black jeans and a white tank top. Same thing with Taste the Honey shit. I'm in this motherfucker grooving. Damn. Hold on, let me calm down. What's this name? Oh, that's what it is. I'm in love. I'm jamming that right there. The way I feel about you, it just ain't no doubt about it. I'm in love. So, I'm in the house. I'm jamming this shit in my head, same way I was doing with the Taste the Honey shit. So I'm whoop, doing my thing, dancing, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop. Some told me to go, just like with Taste the Honey, go listen to the song. Like I said, I'm just doing this out of my head. Cut the shit on. Bullshit you not, bro. Remind you, this is old school video. And I think my first time even seeing the video. Now dancing with the white tank top on, the black pants. But I'm to the song in my head, I ain't listened to it yet. Same thing that happened with Taste of Honey, happened with this song. Somebody, man, go listen to the goddamn song. Pull the song up, the video come up. The background dancers got on the same shit. I got on white tank top and black jeans, bro. I said, man, I don't even know how to. It ain't no, she's still here, so it ain't like, oh, he's chilling. No, this is just some. But we do have the same last name though. But and so shout out to Miss Evelyn, man, Miss King. I love this shit, man. You gotta, and this how you know it hit hard because as soon as shit come on, it just automatic. It ain't even like I gotta let me dance. It be like that shit come on, it just hits you. It moves you. Shit ain't moving niggas like that these days, man. At least not me. I don't know. Like I say, I don't want to speak too prematurely because I know it ain't no good shit out there now, but the shit that move me like that is, like I say, the shit like, I like them girls and them cowboy boots. I don't even know these guys' names. I just be hearing shit on the radio. Shout out to them, whoever it is, but that shit moving nigga. Like, rap, the hip hop, But I will tell you this much though about this young nigga. Well, this shit kind of old. So them niggas probably. I'm gonna tell you some niggas I do. Some young niggas I do fuck with. Trying to keep it real with you just to let you know. Hit you from behind. 3 times in a row. That shit there, come on. I'm hitting the back, boy. Them boys, they'll make that nigga move, boy. them little niggas that be jamming, man. I don't know what happened to them. They had that one joint, but that shit come on, nigga. I get that shit make a nigga move. That this shit is like 20. That shit came out like 2014 or some shit. That's one of my favorite songs ever. 3 times in a row, ever. Don't know what them little niggas at. They even know I exist. Get the them little niggas. Boy. New shoes. That's old school. I think I'm gonna have to do a video just about straight up music and getting to this shit because I'm drawing blank. I done dealt with so much other stuff. So everything that I wanna, cause I know that the songs I wanna put y'all on. I know I just can't. I'm drawing blanks right now because I'm doing a lot. But make sure you don't check the shit out. I've been telling these songs I just named. This shit right here, bad motherfucker. So let me go ahead and that's one thing I want to tell y'all too. Which was back to that's what I'm saying about this South Central shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, South Central. Now you remember I told you South Central when I did the Max. I was telling you about the dude they had in the Buddha dude, right? You had to go back and I don't feel like going through all that shit again. But I just said it, look this shit over. But they had the white dude in there who was a white supremacist, but his name was Buddha, which is a totally contradiction. For one, Buddha is well, anyway, I'm not saying white people can't get into Buddhism, but the real Buddha's black nigga. Is nigga shit. That's the Buddha, future Buddha. I'm black, but I'm not some only one. But I'm just saying it's nigga shit. So to have not saying white people can't. Like I say, I'm gonna show you what I mean. Just to show you, so, not saying I ain't shitting on white people or say they can't be Buddhist or no shit like that. I'm not saying that. I just thought it was awkward how they had this nigga named Buddha, but he was a racist and gay racist or whatever. Wasn't someone right about that. But I'm gonna show you some of this shit. Like I said, I go back. I told you about the South Central shit with Cube and all that shit. That is all coming back around. That's the movie South Central. And I'm gonna take you to when I was in jail. This, you know what I'm saying? This shit is out there, man. Look, you want to know and that's why I go to tell you why I don't say just fuck white people in general. Like I said, you racist and you with the bullshit and fuck you. But I'm not saying fuck all white people because perfect example, one of the first books, if not the first, really you could say one of because I got one book. I remember it was 2 books. I can't remember the one I got from my Jamaican partner was spoke about the chakra, but I know for sure the book Buddha gave me because Buddha was my kind of like myself. We was in the dome, so I was like my bunk was right here, his bunk was over here. Buddha, cool dude. He was in the Buddhism. That was his name, Buddha. No problem. I ain't even with that. So it's just like saying, I'm not gonna. You're white. You can't call yourself Buddha. I wouldn't do no shit like that. That's not what I'm here. I'm not saying it. But I'm trying to show you an example. One of the first motherfuckers I got a book on chakras from was a white guy named Buddha. But he was a cool Buddha, white boy named Buddha. He wasn't like $15 or whatever the fuck that is. The nigga South Central and shit. He wasn't like that. He was a cool boy. Or cool, whatever. I just thought that was interesting. This shit is weird. This shit, but anyway, I guess it's supposed to be miraculous like this, because nigga is who he is, but I want to hit y'all, just share that with y'all one time. And then I'm going to end it off with that boy. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Hold up, no we not. Donny Hathaway. One of my favorite Christmas songs. This Christmas. They did my boy dirty, man. Which leads me to this. Oh man, don't tell me I gotta. Where is it at? Where is it at? God damn. Okay, this should be hard to find. Yeah, it should be. Where we at now? God damn. All right. Where's the damn book at? Where is this fucking book at, man? Okay. So, what are we talking about? Oh, shit. There you go. There we go. Get this in your life. It's another gift, a jewel. This book right here, and if you into channeling deities and all that, and calling on the ancestors for help and all that, or assistance or whatever, get a book called Bringing Down the Spirits. I've mentioned it before. I think I spoke on it when I first got it. I'm not sure. I hope I did, because I would like to believe I gave it to y'all a little earlier than this. It's a good book to understand what you're doing when you do that. Me personally, I just kind of jumped out there, and I never had no problem with the shit though, with channeling and no weird shit or whatever, or scary shit that happened. Well, it was the one time but it wasn't scary. I understood. By me, I already knowing what was the deal, it was. Average person would have been fucked up, probably though. But I knew I'm a spiritual nigga. I understand all this shit, so it didn't really. It caught me off guard for a minute. I didn't run though. I stayed right there in the midst of it. But get this book, man. And one thing I will say is, good book, real good book. Now you're gonna see a part in there where it's gonna tell you to. Don't let nobody get none of your hair and an article of your clothing or something that belongs to you. Now, take that into consideration, but I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to tell you to just ignore that, but I'm going to be honest with you. We at a level, you want to, really on the grand scheme of things, be on a level where you can't necessarily be, you have to, first and foremost, find a little protection ritual to do for yourself. Do that ritual, and I'll probably think of something to give y'all. But when I do, make sure you do something, add something to it to put your own magic spin on it. I'll come up with something since I'm telling you. Do a protection ritual or whatever. Gotta have your heart gotta be in this shit though. You gotta believe in this shit for it to work. Do that. Don't worry about it no more. Because it's too easy for a motherfucker to get something from you. Because they right, don't get me wrong. Don't ignore that, but do that and just keep going. Because we too late in the game to be worried about a motherfucker. It's too easy for that. Especially with girls and shit. Y'all go get y'all hair did and you can't be around this bitch magical and then worried about motherfucking a piece of your hair because you niggas get haircuts and and now I'm talking about but and really to be honest, they gonna tell you that in this book too. Real motherfuckers that about their business, including myself, But I don't. As I said, I do protection ritual, and I just keep it pushing. I ain't out here putting no voodoo on a nigga and let me. Nah, it's too many motherfuckers. You gotta think about it. Take a celebrity for an example. First and foremost, all celebrities not even in this shit. So, and you factor this in, but all celebrities. But imagine how many motherfuckers looking at celebrities and shit or whatever. They got all kind of praise, all kind of haters and shit like that. Woo. You wouldn't have time to do a magical fight with everybody you fucking got a problem with or some shit. You don't even know what other motherfuckers you got. Plus, you can't even put, or even if you was just like, okay, I'm gonna just do this shit, put something on motherfuckers that's trying to fuck me up. You, with this internet shit, if you all on the internet and all this shit, or you a public figure or whatever, you don't even know everybody who got a problem with you. So you might can wang bang about 3 niggas over here, but it's 20 niggas over there, and you never know. So that goes to show, or to, what that tells me to tell you is, you can't be worried about that shit. And you just need to put your shit on, put your shield, your armor on, to where motherfuckers fuck with you, it'll go return to sender or whatever. Get into that type of mode or whatever. Because this shit is not about getting in this shit to put magic on motherfuckers. This shit or whatever. Because you don't know, you can do what you want to do though. Honestly, I'll say the best way to go about shit. Cause I don't, but I'm me though. But I kind of came with a, I started to put my work in, but I kind of, but not saying I ain't the, I don't want to mislead you, but get the book. Just get the book. And go about how you want to go about it. But I'm just saying don't get too spooked out about that because I'm not saying that ain't a thing, but it's too easy for that type, it's too easy for a motherfucker to get a piece of your hair or some old shit or whatever for you to be worried about that shit. But they'll give you some techniques to keep motherfuckers out for you on a psychic level. And then eventually as you grow into your craft and your magic, you won't even worry about a motherfucker. You'll be like nigga see with Neo, what Morpheus told Neo. You get to the level you're supposed to be on, but Neo said I'll be able to dodge bullets or some shit like that, and Morpheus was like, you won't have to. That's the level you want to try to bring yourself to where that shit don't even, you can just, because there's too much shit going on around here. Too many fucked up people. So, get this here. Now, I said that because they was fucking with Donny Hathaway. Go look at Donny Hathaway Unsung. Just you go watch it for yourself. Well, look at that. But they was fucking with that nigga, man. Somehow, some way, they was working it on him. And I say that it was Donny Hathaway. We back in that Tawana Donny. This Christmas. Now we all know that's one of the illest Christmas songs of all fucking time. Shit. I'll give y'all this one, then I'll give y'all this next one. And I'm gonna go on and close it on out. Show you something. That Hathaway, you can probably tap into some Hathor energy, even though Hathor is a feminine energy. Donny Hathaway, the Dawn, Twyla Donny, the Lady Dawn, or the Our Fair Lady, it's Celtic. Your name is Dawn, you got the Hathaway, the Hathaway. Look. Donny Hathaway. Twyla Donny. Tribe of Don. Where's this shit? Okay. The Hathaway. What happens when well, I told you when the earth goes up into it, when the earth finally blows, when all this shifts up to here and the earth blows off the sun, which will be right here. Hathor, the cow, the moon, the Heru. Hathor, Heru means the house of Horus. The earth or the mother of the house of Horus. Hathor, the hat. The hat of Horus. The hat when this blows off of when the sun blows off of when the earth blows off the sun, the moon blows off of the surface of the earth and goes into its orbit. The hat away. So that impact blows the hat away. The hat of the dawn away. Donny Hathaway. Yeah, shout out to my boy, man. I hate how they did him, man. That goddamn white boy a beast, man. Yeah. But we're gonna do one more thing. Now, remember I told you, and if you don't, you gotta go back to my work, you're late. But when all this light was traveling this way in order to go up and come out and spin on the other side, that pressure, the energy was pushing up, creating mountains. I wish I had that damn other one. But anyway, creating the mountains of, or what will become the mountains of the earth or the rock of the land or whatever. This is the antlers. That's or the horns. Go back to the I was telling about the devil. They tell me, think, oh, the devil with the horns. Like, no, that shit comes from this. This would be the face. The horns would be coming up out of here. The mountains of the earth or whatever. This the surface of the earth. This the mountains. This the bottom of the earth. The Capricorn goat. The ram with the horns. Or the reindeer. And what do we have here? Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a very shiny nose. Root chakra rises up. First and foremost, it's the root chakra. Red nose. If these are the antlers of the reindeer, this the snout, and this would be the red nose. When this rises up here and blows off, it's like Mike moonwalking. This is the sleigh ride. That's Rudolph. The red nose. The root chakra would be the nose. And these up here would be the horns. The mountains coming out. Rudolph. R-U-D means ruddy or red. Then take it to the vowels. R-U-D, that's rud. R-E-D, red. R-O-D, rod. A rod. The spine. The backbone of Osiris, the Djed pillar, the rod. And then you got R-I-D, which is red, and then ride, or R-Y-D, which would be ride, or something like that. The sleigh ride. Which red, R-I-D, or ride, R-Y-D. One of the names of the earth, believe it or not, which goes back to the Max thing, is car. Where they get the whole reason they call it car now, because the earth spins, the tires on the earth is a vehicle of the soul. The car is a vehicle that transports people or whatever. And just like the earth spins, the word just like the earth spins, the wheels on the tires spin or whatever. But that's Rudolph. That's what the whole Rudolph with the now. Okay. The Golden Arches. Morpheus. M. This the M. Orpheus, or the orifices, or orifice is a hole. So you got the M, Golden Arch, and the orifices. Morpheus is the Lord of Sleep. This is the Lord of Sleep. This is the sleeping Buddha. When the light, all this here, the lamp is fully set up, and all this light is up here active, everything down here is passive and resting, sleeping. The sleeping Buddha. The Golden Arches, M, and Orpheus. Morpheus, the orifices. The Rudolph, R-U-D, or Rud. Rud means red, or red. And then Orpheus, or Off, O-L-P-H. The L and the R interchangeable. So you take the L and put the R there, you have the Orph. The red Orph, or the red orifice, or the red hole. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. So, let that groove sit in your shoes and stand up, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. I hope I ain't missed nothing. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Like I say, man, hope you enjoyed your Christmas holidays. Hope I contributed something that will be memorable and that you'll never forget. And like I say, man, show this to the babies. Or you can funnel it how you want. I don't know, maybe I'll be talking about cussing that you might not want to hear your kids to hear. I'm giving it, you can break it down to yourself or shit or whatever. Until they get old enough, I guess I would want to show my baby. That's the nigga right there. He's that guy. So that's Christ. It is. I'm not, I ain't saying I'm the only one, but I am the boy. But I always had to preface that just for them niggas to be like, oh, yeah, he the only one. It's like, no, but I know I'm the main nigga when it comes to that. And the truth is just the truth, bro. I ain't got time to be. That's what I'm telling you. I'm a humble nigga, but I'm not. I don't even think it would be I don't even think I would be doing. I'd probably be doing you an injustice, acting less than who I am. Now if I was just walking around this motherfucker like I ain't nobody shit, I'm that nigga, them niggas ain't no. That's why I'm telling you this shit about the christening and the pineal gland and all that shit, so you can anoint yourself and be your anointed Christ in your own world. Your own universe. We all are in our own universe. We share the same terrain, but your mental space is your universe. So, yeah, man. Love y'all niggas. Y'all take it easy out there, man. And I'm going to say this, and I know it may sound cheesy, but be kind to each other, man. To the best of your ability. You run into an asshole out there, treat him accordingly. Other than that, try to be as not saying you gotta be too nice, but be, treat each other right out there, man. To the best of your ability, man. Like I say, you run into an asshole, assholes get what they deserve. I'm not, you an asshole to me, I'm not finna be sitting here, oh, well, I'm gonna just be old, cool, fuck you too. And you wanna really just stay away from type of people, so you ain't even gotta get in that energy, to the best of your ability. So yeah, man, but y'all niggas keep it, I will say that much. I talk shit about the gang body and the killing and all that shit, but I will say that much, man. Y'all niggas, man, we already got enough shit against us that we gotta reverse or whatever you want, or work on or whatever. So last thing we need to be around this motherfucker killing it. And I'm gonna be honest with you. And this new era we in now, you gonna perish. Your best bet is to be putting your energy into this knowledge and shit. I ain't saying you. Not saying we gotta be all squares. That's another thing too, because a lot of people get out of cool from streets, and a lot of I ain't saying something. We ain't gotta be a fucking, I don't know what the word look for, but you can still be fly with this shit, man. You ain't gotta. I'm pretty much, I evolved, but I can still go kick it with my niggas, man, and then without them niggas be like, oh, this nigga here, I don't go jumping down niggas' throat and shit. And then, if I find the right opportunity to drop some type of information, I say something, or maybe I watch what I do, how I do that, because this ain't for everybody. I ain't trying to crank no arguments up, and all that shit. So, but yeah, man, y'all niggas keep it gangster, man. But when I say gangster, the real shit, the real niggas do real shit, man. Real gangsters ain't about real Jesus about trying to get some motherfucking bread and take care of their goddamn business. The other shit is a side item, defense mechanisms and shit. If you a real one, ain't no real nigga. Real niggas trying to get some money. Ain't no real nigga riding around dry just trying to kill a nigga for some stripes, which is the dumbest shit ever too. Who want to kill niggas for stripes? You want to kill niggas and let everybody know. More people know, the more close to your ass killing going to jail. Which goes back to what I was saying about you niggas getting on the internet with the dumb shit. Dead that bullshit, man. Make us all look bad. So with that said, man, I'm gonna say, I say, man, love y'all niggas. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. See y'all when I see y'all. Peace.